Hey everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Baco.
Yay, we're all back.
He's back.
Yeah.
We're all
I'm
back. He's
alive.
back.
It's that way
He's
for you,
alive. Oh, he's alive. I
Yeah.
have been doing this for so many years, and he's always been to my right, but I always looking to my left.
You just gotta remember, Buck is always right.
Trust me. he's next to Acrid. I'll do that. He's next to Acrid.
Or you could just look at it. That's the one time he's right.
Aw. See, I tried to be nice
I'm pretty
about
sure
it.
I've been right a couple of times before.
Yeah, he's had a
It's
couple.
by accident, but I was right.
Yeah. Everybody got his moments.
Well, we're glad that you're back and that you're better. You're on the way to
Yes.
better. There. On the way to better.
Yep.
Yay.
On his way to better. That's right. That's right.
Which is great because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So it's nice that all of us are here. Everybody buckle up and get ready for like a long show because it's probably going to happen. And when I say probably,
Yeah,
I mean almost
I
definitely.
mean, we're once a month now. We're due, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the news isn't necessarily fun, but the games I've been playing have been fun.
Well, you can hold on to those until the end of the show.
Yeah, I know. I got to do that. We got to get through the unfun stuff first. This last month hasn't been super great. Maybe somebody else has some fun articles, but
No, I mostly went with the ones that you linked because they were the ones that I was already looking at. Oh, the only one that you didn't link that I meant to mention it before the show, but we ran in from a kid's birthday party to immediately get here, so I didn't get to talk to everybody, is that the Star Fox thing for the Mario movie, apparently Star Fox is in it, and it's going to be Glenn Powell is the voice actor for that.
I don't know if that's a spoiler for people. You should probably said that before.
It's all over everything.
Spoiler for me.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, some people like to not to talk about
I
that.
try to
That's
keep
why-
There
away
were
from
4
World
articles
War-
about it on the front page of the news site.
But he's not looking at it.
Well,
I'm not looking at it.
My bad, everybody. Reverse that. Just kidding. I don't know how I
Just go ahead and forget that out.
don't
real
know
quick.
how you're
I
avoiding
don't
it
even know
because
who
it's
that
out
is
everywhere.
offhand.
Glenn Powell,
Or Star Fox.
the new
Yeah.
Twisters movie. He's the
I didn't watch the new
Lead on it.
Twister movie.
He's the lead in
I
it.
didn't like the first one, so
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else he's done recently.
He did that Chad Powers show.
Yeah, Chad Powers. He was Chad Powers.
You would
Yeah, I
probably
didn't
be
watch
like,
that
"Oh, I've seen that guy floating around." If you saw a picture of him, you may not
Yeah,
have
he's-
seen anything
He's become
directly.
super popular over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's
So
Not
he's
popular
kind of
enough.
a mid-grade actor, but he's really good looking. So it's like I think that's kind of where the realm is.
He's okay.
he's stereotypical attractive. He's got the typical face. Oh yeah. Oh okay. I look at his face and I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that face before.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I meant to-
yeah, I still haven't seen that face. I don't know what the hell that is.
I'm trying to see.
Well, get ready. It's been
yeah.
all
I
over
don't think there'd
everything.
be anything that he would know him from, though.
I don't. Okay,
'Cause I
I've
feel like
seen
everything
Top
you would-
Gun Maverick, but I don't even remember him in that. Who the fuck did he play?
Rip.
I haven't seen it, so I can't answer.
He
that
was
for you.
he was the rival in that one. To Tom Cruise's protege.
was one of the
Iceman?
traitor-
Was he
one of the
Iceman? Is that who's the bad guy in that? Or well, bad guy. That's
Okay. Anyway, let's not get wrapped up on one
On who Glenn
actor.
Powell-
Yeah, like it's
My
not
bad.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is how many people are like watching or listening to this, they're like in some capacity right now, going, "Who the fuck? Why don't you know who Glenn Powell is?" I mean, you're gonna be
Probably
that
quite
way,
a
too.
bit.
I mean,
I'm
to be
probably gonna
fair,
get yelled
I don't
at.
know actors either, so.
I mean, I know actors, but like I don't know who that is.
That's
You'll
okay.
know him after this next movie. He will be burned into your brain as that voice forever.
Well, the voice will be if it's
Yeah,
the
the
same
voice will be.
voice.
Hey,
'Cause-
I'll
No,
give
it'll
Chris Pratt-
it'll always be in forever. Whoever does the little snippet voices in the games, that will be forever burned in my mind. Just like when I read a Batman comic, the voice of it is the same guy who did it in the animated series, Kevin Conroy. It's forever that voice.
Yeah, I have that hang up too sometimes with certain.
Well, and Mark
Certain
Hamill's
things.
always Joker. Always.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone
Yeah,
else
he's the
who does
best
the
Joker.
Joker and it's not Mark Hamill, it just sounds off and it doesn't sound right.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like throw us straight into chaos. I'm just a chaos gremlin today. Actually, this week I think has been like high chaos for me. So
just drop a casual spoiler for everybody.
I didn't know. It's all over everything. I'm sorry.
Not everybody looks at all the social media things. Some people
they're gonna find out eventually. I mean,
I'm sorry.
Unless you go super hardcore and don't like listen or watch anything at all, it is impossible to not hear about who's getting cast as what once the movies and stuff get announced.
Well, I knew in this particular case there was a non-Mario character in it, and the only reason I knew that is because they did an interview with Chris Pratt and Charlie, what's his face, that does Luigi, but they did an interview with them, and they couldn't answer any of their questions. They just had to kind of say yes or no by 2 different buzzers that they had in front of them. And then they said, in the question that was asked, is there a non-Mario character in there? That's what's rumored to happen. And they hit the button for yes on that. That's all I knew, but I didn't know what it was from. So now I know. Thanks.
Yeah. Well,
I wonder if he's just like going to pop in because they're going in the galaxy, and it's just going to be a thing of like, oh look, Star Fox, and then it's Nintendo's way to gauge to see if maybe they could.
No. What's going to happen is that at the end of the movie, Star Fox is going to show up.
This is chicken thinking. It's not. We haven't seen it, obviously, or anything.
Yeah, you know, invite Mario to the Smash Brothers initiative because live action Link is going to be there with him, and they're going to be hanging out with Samus back there too, and they're going to invite him to the Smash Brothers initiative.
That's
and it's
going
to be Avengers style.
It's going to be like the movie with.
How does that work with the live action Link? Because then it's just like you got like 2 very different like styles going on here.
It's like the Guardians of the Galaxy at the end of the first one or whatever, where Howard the Duck is sitting there at the end credit scene or whatever, and Howard Duck is there. It's going to be a similar setup right there, where you just chill out. They're just chilling out, and it has nothing to do with anything. But maybe.
But the possibilities on the table. That's what it is.
Yes, it's going to be good.
I don't know. My theory is he's still going to like pop up, save Mario's butt somewhere along the way, like for a quick cameo, and then he's done.
Maybe
because they're in the galaxy.
Yeah. Well, they could be asking for directions.
Possible, very
possible.
possible.
Tongue in cheek, yeah.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I don't think you get that actor to start that voice just for a small cameo. You probably give him a part, gauge interest, and then maybe make another movie with him. But
I don't know. They've done pretty well bringing in some big names.
Like a Star Fox like series or something like that. But you know, they're just trying to gauge people's interest. Like I said earlier, Nintendo's just trying to see, because I mean, people love like Star Fox has its fan base, but the last game they didn't go over so well. So you know, because they added in a bunch of weird things that didn't quite do it, like the weird oh well, you have to like move the Wii U thing to do this weird bomb run, and you can't pay attention to that screen and that screen at the same time. Oh my god, that was annoying.
Yeah. So and what better place than the Mario movie to kind of reintroduce a character into the multiverse, the Mario
Maybe it's
verse.
a hint that they're coming out with a new Star Fox game.
The Nintendo verse.
I mean, maybe that too. Why not both?
We released the other one with controller fixes because the controls weren't all that great.
Well, do we want to talk about other news stuff that maybe I won't ruin things with? Maybe.
I like that we started off without even with that whole thing isn't even an article, like not even part of it.
No, but it's
I mean,
it's based on Nintendo. We're good.
That was a fantastic intro. Great icebreaker.
We always start with the news. This gave a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of stuff was going on, and now we move on to the news part.
Well, we'll be going to watch the movie on Saturday because 1, our child is super into Mario now, and 2, it's our 18-year anniversary. So perfect day for movie and a dinner. So
I'm sure we're going to be singing as a family as well too. Boof is off, so.
Whee!
Oh yeah, definitely.
So where do you want to jump into things at?
Then I'm gonna.
We have a lot of stuff.
I'm saving the Dead by Daylight one for the end. Okay, that's gonna be my last article because it's gonna lead into another topic that I want to talk about.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and either AI or gambling.
Porque no los dos.
Gambling.
AI, gambling, and lawsuits. What you want? What you want?
Well, the first one I have pulled up is the Kingdom Come one.
That's AI related. Okay, cool. Where's that one? That's there.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just do the AI one. Okay. So this is a pretty fresh article.
Pretty fresh. As in March 28th is when the article was published.
I saw it on Reddit first. The guy posted on the Kingdom Come Deliverance subreddit and was basically letting his story be known about what happened. Is that he has been let go of Warhorse Studio because his job is obsolete and they are replacing him with an AI translator. He was the Czech to English translator and has been for the last 2 years. 3 years and 10 months is what he said. 3 years and 10 months. It says he's been translating the games, which a lot of people are like, a lot of people are super upsetting about it. And I get it. Like, when you translate games, you have to have some sort of nuance because sometimes one-to-one translations just don't work super well. And computers don't really give that nuance.
And there's context too that a human translator can give you more than an AI can. Like if you wrote something that was like a colloquialism for you but is not going to translate over to other languages well, those translators can catch that and be like, oh, well, we have a saying that's this, it's close enough, let's just use that instead of it being like...
But here's my question. Is he a translator for the voice actors? So the voice actors can then put it in whatever language? Or is he one for the subtitles? Because that changes the narrative.
Guess would be subtitles. I think need to go back
subtitles.
To the article.
Yeah.
Okay, subtitles makes a little bit more sense, but my thing is if it was for the actors, I guess their thought process would be we can translate this over and the actors can do the nuance part of it that you're saying anyway.
Right. I think
they're not going to do like verbatim. They're going to do,
where for subtitles and whatnot.
Yeah, but I mean, then maybe they're basing, to try to save money, which is what they're saying. My thought process would go, you use the AI to translate the script. We'll say, then the voice actor creates what's happening, and then you use another AI to then put into subtitles whatever the actor said. That's how my brain would work on it. Now, what they might be doing is just using whatever the script says and moving it over, which would be awful because if you're trying to read it, like let's say you have some type of hearing issue to where you can't actually hear what's being said, you definitely need a translator for that versus doing an AI because you're not going to get the full part of that.
And the big thing is that they want to make the company more effective and to save finances. The CEO came out the day after Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was released and stated that the game made its money back after a single day. Like, I mean, you're here a year and some change later. You have definitely made your money back and hand over fist profit from how great this game has been.
But you need to cut corners somehow.
But you're needing to cut now.
That's not good.
After this long, and you want to get rid of one of your translators too. Like, and I get it. Translating is starting to become a thing.
But I mean,
AI can do. But AI
is not to the point where it's not going to make mistakes. So like, are you going to at least have somebody that also speaks the language to kind of look over what the AI has translated? And if so, why you're back to square one? So you're basically going to be like, I just hit the blender button on that translate thing, and we'll just see what comes out of it. It's probably fine, right? Like,
why do you gotta go southern? With it?
I don't know. It's my snarky tone. It's what I do. But I don't think it's a great idea.
Hold my beer tone is what that is.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm gonna get out of here with this.
I don't want to offend British people by trying to sound British. I'm not British enough, so you know. But yeah, I just don't think it's a great plan, and you're still not. I mean, you're gonna lose money, especially if people are like upset because your translator translated something that was just asinine because it didn't. It either tried to do a 1-for-1 and that's not what should have been there, or there wasn't a 1-for-1, so half of it's just like missing.
I think you need a human proofreader for sure. I think it needs to be one of those things where they take the script, put it into an AI, have it translated. Then you have a person that looks at both sets of scripts and can go through and make sure that it translates well. Right?
I mean, you're running into the same thing of just having a translator in the first place.
No, you don't, because the amount of hours it takes to you to physically translate versus a computer doing it are two different things. So I think that now you're just correcting what is done, so you do reduce the amount of hours that's there. And the problem we're going to run into, I get it, all these studios are going to end up changing how much it is that stuff, they're trying to reduce how much stuff costs. And this game's already out, like you said, it's already been out a year or whatever. So it's whatever he was hired for is done. It's the next project that he's no longer hired for, whatever they're working on now. But so that's where that money's got to go. Whatever they've earned now has to go to the new project, plus continue to run the business and make sure somebody else doing the bug fixes. It's not unusual for when somebody finishes a game for them to lay off a mass amount of people. It's just, and like he said, he had a great time while he was there. He just wanted people aware that this is the case. Don't go after them. Don't bomb their reviews, all that type of stuff.
They're already getting hit. I knew it was going to happen the moment he posted.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing too, is now the narrative's about him instead of everybody else that works there. And so if I work there, I'm mad at that guy. Even if I like that guy, I understand that his mentality and everything else. But if I work there, I'm going to be like, okay, look, now you've put my job in jeopardy.
Well, let me play the flip side of this. I'm not, because if I work there and my job and, like somebody that worked alongside me or in the same project sphere as me has just been outsourced as being, for AI basically, I'm fine with you bringing that up, because I want all of the people that are higher up than me to be afraid to replace the rest of us with AI for more backlash. Like, yes, please secure my job, because I need everybody to.
If the entire company's shut down, everybody's without a job too. So it's kind of one of those where, but I also understand the narrative too. You cannot complain about game prices when they're releasing $70 games and saying, well, we're not going to pay for an $80 game if the price of games continues to go up in cost.
I mean, right now everything's continuing to go up in cost.
Game prices haven't gone up. Like, they are $70 now, but that's one price increase in what, 30 years?
Right, but what they're saying is that but a lot of the companies that are out there said this should have happened, because remember they tried to do this 10 years ago and go to a $70, and what did we do? We said no. So they're going to try to make up that difference, because the cost of the stuff that they have going on is like Griff just said, the prices have gone up on just about every part of living. So now what's going to happen? You're going to turn around and go, hey, I work for you. Can I make more money? Can I get a raise? I did this, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to go, no, cost is too much. So they're going to try to reduce cost.
So they're going to reduce cost, outsource everything to AI. They're still going to want you to pay $90 for that game. It's going to be AI slap garbage, and nobody can afford it anyway, so nobody's playing it. Everybody goes out of business. We all win.
But I would, what they looked at, what they're looking at from a standpoint is they're going, what is the one thing we can use AI in and reduce cost? We don't know what other people are still there in that position. It's
such a tricky, because games are getting more and more expensive. Well, I say games are getting more expensive, but these big studios are spending more and more and more trying to make these giant hits, where you have all of these little indie studios that are doing it on their own with like no budget. Like you got to at some point be able to balance it, because you got big studios who are pouring 100, 300, $400 million into a game that is pushing the limits. And yeah, we need a couple of studios like that, but not every single game has to be edge of the market, highest
bleeding edge of
possible
technology, essentially.
Yeah, like we have forgotten why why we like video games.
I don't disagree with that with most games, but when people come to play Kingdom Come Deliverance, they know they're playing a long narrative game.
Right.
That's what they're going to play.
And yeah, that's fine. They got their engine, and their engine works pretty good. But it feels like what are we doing that is costing that much more?
Everything. Oh, shareholders. That's a big part of it.
Well, I mean, I don't know who owns their company. It could be to where they're an independent company anyway. But you have not just but you've got to have quality artists, because they have realistic looking graphics in that particular game. So you're going to pay more for a quality artist. So you've got to figure out how to cut back somewhere else. And unfortunately, if I'm going to use AI on something, it's going to be something simple as something that's going to put a subtitle down and it be wrong every once in a while versus like a fucked up graphic of some sort.
But this day and age, your reputation is far more important than anything else. Because the moment that
both affect your reputation. If your game sucks, you got in sales.
Not using people hurts your reputation more than anything else in this now right in this part of the gaming cycle. Is if people find out, and I put this in quotation, find out you did dirty by some people or used AI, they just swarm you like a hornet's nest, which is crazy.
And I think some of that's justified, but it's also one of those things where you could use AI again. He might have been the only person let go. We're getting his story.
Right. He could be the only one.
He could have been the only person let go, and there could have been a long narrative that's before that.
Which to
in
me,
his 3.5 years. And it's
using my critical thinking, it almost feels impossible for there to be only one translator in that entire studio, and that one translator to be fired or replaced. Sorry, to be replaced
for the reason they gave. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We only hear his side of the story. There are 3 sides to every story. There's going to be his side, the studio side, and somewhere in between, the truth.
So what do you think the studio side would be?
I think the studio side, I don't know. That's the thing.
No, I said, what do you think?
If they fired one person, if they fired one person and one person only, because that's the only person we've heard from, then there is some reason they have let him go, not just for the AI reason. That's the reason they gave him, but not necessarily. Maybe he wasn't doing his job properly. You're letting somebody go for not doing their job properly, or maybe whatever their next project is doesn't need a translator.
I mean, I guess you could be right. He could be lying and making it up.
No, not necessarily. Everything's perspective. I did my job. I did what I did. We've all seen this. I'm doing my job. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. I don't understand why I got fired. Now go to the 5 employees that worked around that person going, thank God that guy is gone.
I know, but why would they use AI? Why wouldn't they just say, we're letting you go because you're
I mean, again, he could be lying on that side of it. I don't know.
That's why I said, if it's...
Again, we're not part of the conversation. We won't know. I think what's going to... He already said he's not going to do a lawsuit, do all the other stuff. Had there been a lawsuit, stuff would come to the front side of it. But now that they're being review bombed, like you just said,
he's not review bombed.
They're going to have to step up and say what it is they're going to say, because they're going to have to. They're going to have to defend themselves.
The CEO has already come out extremely for like AI replacement, and DLSS 5 is the future of gaming. Like, he is all aboard, which is why evidence leads this to be true, is that the CEO is trying to move his company in that direction.
Well, I mean, DLSS is the 5, which we're going to discuss. But here's the thing. Those games that everybody saw was not built for DLSS 5. It was added into the after part of it, where it's a tool that you can use to create something if you're creating the game at the same time.
We'll discuss that in the next article. But yes, he says that stuff is the future. That is how we make games now. And it's gonna be risky if he goes all in and Kingdom Come Deliverance 3
but AI is not. But DLSS is not an AI creator. It's not an art form. Like, it's not creating the art. It's changing the lighting. With AI, there's a difference.
With AI,
they're taking a picture that already exists by an artist, and it's changing the lighting, and that's creating a different look.
What's changing the lighting?
Hold on. If you're doing the process, but you're talking about 2 different things, because an artist is creating an item and that is being changed. You're talking about a guy that got fired because an AI is taking his job. There's 2 different things.
Well, they're replacing his not taking his job. They're just getting rid of the human component, and it's easier just to run something through the game or through a translator, which is fine.
But now, if you're saying the person that is in charge of the developer says not DLSS 5, but says I want AI artists, that's the equivalent. Because DLSS, you can turn that off on every single
It's
card.
just an on and off kind of.
It's
an on and off filter, and that's all it is.
Right, but it allows. But if you build your game built on the fact that exists, you can change how that works. Which right now, the games that they showed, The newer of the games would have been the Resident Evil game, the Requiem game, but then that one looked awful. But none of those games were built for that. It was added on after the effect. And so I don't disagree with his thought process of that being the future. If he means, I don't know what he means, but if he means we'll be able to change our lighting to help with that and make it look more realistic. I don't know why everything needs to be photorealistic, but whatever. I guess in his particular case, most of his games are set up that way. But then that's one thing. But to turn around and go, we want it because we want AI to create everything for us, that's a different narrative. We don't want the artist to work on that. We want to just have the Nvidia's engine on their cards help us with that. That's different. Totally two different stories.
Yeah, I mean, it's AI technology, and it is what is becoming the mainstream discussion points on everything these days. Because it's because all of these big companies are dumping billions into this technology, and it's not giving anything back. Like, Google forces me to use it on their little Google search thing, but I'm not paying anything for it. It's not making any money from me. Maybe I see an ad, or they're making some change off of the ads, I guess, the promoted stuff that they're showing me.
No, they're using the technology on us because they are selling it to other people. So we are
they're selling
algorithm.
our eyes.
We're helping their algorithm by using it on a regular basis to help it to other people. Like ChatGPT is being used for the Defense Department. That's a contract. They're being paid for that. And so Gemini is being paid by, of all people, Apple, because that's what's now on our phones for our AI. Those of us that use Apple. So,
but what does it actually do?
What do you mean? What does it do?
What does it do for our everyday? Like, we use our computers or phones, making phone calls or messages.
You've used AI for years. You've used Google search. That's an AI. It's just
that would be
latest
a search engine. This is a more advanced search engine.
It's the same thing. It's an algorithmic mathematical thing that is creating.
What was the thing that we called it before?
Large learning machine?
No, I know it's a large learning machine, but it's not a coagulator. It's basically just puts information together.
It aggregates the news.
Yeah, it's just a big
or
fancy
aggregates
aggregator.
Whatever topic you're asking for.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it just takes a bunch of letters and puts them in an order that you're looking for, and that's it.
You're right. But it's just a modern search engine is all it is.
Exactly. Like,
to answer your question, that's you asked what it was for, and that's what it is. It's a search engine. It's like, I've got 5 ingredients. Let me see if there's a recipe that's out there. And so instead of sort of in the search engine, it can literally pick all your ingredients.
But how do you make the billions and billions back from that? I guess I get. And
where does the revenue come from? That's what you're asking, and that's what he's saying is it's contracts, because there's basically
contracts.
But these companies aren't making it.
If you go onto a website nowadays, on the bottom right hand corner, it'll have a chat. That's an AI you're talking to. It's not a person.
I don't ever talk to.
Hate that thing.
Chats.
Yeah, but
I hate it when it pops up too.
If you don't use it, doesn't mean it's not being used.
I hate it when it pops up and makes a noise, and it's like, I'm here to help you, and I'm like, I'm looking at groceries. Leave me alone.
I guess they're saving money by not having people, but they were barely spending that on customer service as it was anyway.
It took me a minute to figure out where your two arguments were connected, but I figured it out. I'm good now. Go.
Yeah.
So it's like trying to find how to make it super profitable to make it bag, which I think they're pushing companies into using it so much.
That's where we're at with the AI bubble, and that's why people talk about it as a bubble, is because it's so much money has been pushed out to develop the AI stuff, but it's not in a place, especially now, because you can see a lot of it still, how many fingers does a human have? 17 if you ask some AI. But it's not to a point where you can put it in things reliably, so people aren't buying it as a product, which is making people panic and need to push it into everything so that you have to buy it because it has to be the future because we said it is, so that we need to make that money off of it. So that's why people discuss whether or not the AI bubble will burst, because if it does not become profitable in the near future, it will burst, and it will bankrupt everybody that's
these companies.
Well, I say loosely because you still got to pay these data centers, and like you're running so much energy.
ChatGPT's not free. It's got a free version.
How much
But
is
if you want all of the things that are capable of doing, you have to pay a monthly fee.
How
if
much
you
is
do it, and then you have, I think it's $20 a month or something like that. So if you've got 20 million people that are paying that worldwide, that's a good amount of money to go towards whatever it is. But I mean, that's an open. A lot of the other AIs that are out there, it's the base for their AI. So I'm assuming they licensed that somehow, even though it's supposed to be open, which was the whole. They were going to go to the stock market type thing to make even more money off of it, and Elon sued them, and a bunch of other stuff happened.
Yeah, typical.
And Nvidia, the reason they're the richest company in the world right now is because they're AI. So
I'm not a fan, but that's me. I
like AI as a tool, as we've talked about before. I don't think it should make fucking video games. I don't think it should replace an artist. I don't really, until I find out the full story on Dude Bro that supposedly got fired because he was going to be swapped out by an AI, which I think it needs to be brought forward that that's what happened. But until we know the full story, we just have to assume that there's not more to the story, that's all it was. And I'm not a big fan of that, especially if they come out with the next game and everything is perfect in the game, and then one subtitle, is just absolutely horrible, and that was his job. Guess what? That's going to tank everything. If that's what the subtitle was his part of the job. Like,
then it goes back to being a people. Like, that guy is now without a job, and good luck finding a job. There are people out there that, like, the gaming industry is, in less of a terms, fucked. Like, it is completely fucked. People are getting laid off by the thousands for nothing, and people who are so qualified can't find a job anywhere in it. Like, when we grew up back in the 90s and the 2000s, we dreamt of making video games. Like, to show our pieces of art, good luck with that, buddy. You and about 10 to 20, 30, 50,000 other people have the same dream, and you're all fighting for maybe a scrap of a project.
Well, and like in his case, from a standpoint of looking at like what his job was, and I'm not trying to disrespect this guy, but if I'm trying to build a video game, I can build it in one language. You know what I mean? Like, his job is important, don't get me wrong, to move it into other languages, but I can build it in one language theoretically and still have a successful game. But I can't do it without the artist, the engine, all the stuff that goes to build the game. So all that has to be done before he can even do his job. So that's where that's where they looked at it from a business standpoint. We don't necessarily have to have him do this, because this is I don't want to say the lesser job, because it's a very important job to make sure the game feels right. But it's from their standpoint, from a business standpoint, if they're really trying to save money, I guess that's what they were looking at. But it's I hate it for this guy. I really do. But as we're going to see in other articles, other people being laid off as well. And we're going to continue to do that, because from 2020 to 2024, basically, we had a boom of gaming happen. And now all those games are aged, and a lot of those, and you're going to have layoffs, because if they're not building any more new games recently, you're going to see with another one of the articles that it's everybody was sitting at home playing video games, and now that game's not as popular as it used to be. So it's like, so you get people laid off that way. So it's just, I hate it, but hopefully there's the next boom that happens. But I feel like we had a gaming bubble, and that has burst a little bit.
Well, it's definitely going to, like, prices on everything are going up, and like you mentioned earlier, that even at the game companies, they're like, hey, I'd like to make more money, but the thing is prices are going up, wages are not. So eventually you got to cut spending, and I think a lot of game companies are going to get a rude awakening when nothing is selling, and it's not because people don't want to play the games, but it's because we can't afford it.
Can't afford it, and we don't.
Not even that. A lot of them won't be able to play it on their systems, because you've got at the AAA game companies, you have the newest version of whatever's out there, the 50 series graphics cards. They've got all the big stuff that you can purchase, And right now, RAM is expensive as shit, and you have to have RAM to be able to process the gaming side of it to render all of the stuff that you're trying to create. Well, guess what? It's extremely expensive right now, and will be for the next 2 to 3 years. And it's
gonna be
because of
longer
the
than
AI.
that.
I was about to say another problem with AI is that all of these companies have pre-ordered all of the RAM for the next several years. So
they have pre-ordered RAM that hasn't
been
been built to put in stuff that hasn't been made yet. Cool. So glad.
Well, here's the thing: it's not even the RAM. What it is the microchips that are on the RAM, and they're also on our SD cards, which is why the M.2s have gone up so much. They're all on our cards. Those are what the problem is. Those fab centers that are there now. Samsung has dedicated themselves to making 4 more fabs, which aren't going to be ready until 2027, 2028. And even then, they've got to be able to push those out. So what's going to happen? They're going to slow down how much they're pushing out, because at some point they know you can only make so many data centers. You can only make so many data centers.
And I did some quick math.
And they're not going to want a surplus.
Yeah, for ChatGPT and how much power just ChatGPT does. They burn 18 million light bulbs a week for just their queries.
I fucking hate it. I also don't use ChatGPT. I don't like it.
That's just ChatGPT. 18 million light bulbs a week is what they burn in just energy alone. So that's an immense amount of power just for one AI query. And that's for the entire user base, by the way.
I wonder how much it costs in resources to run your AI boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, some people are probably using theirs. That's for a single query, by the way. A single query is that much. So people who are using that many queries, you're oh my god, the amount of power that you are just generating regularly.
But I mean, it's everybody goes, but I'm just using it this one time in this one situation. It's probably fine. And it's like, yeah, but cumulatively, it's you and everybody else. No, it's not fine.
Yeah. Or the people that are using it like 100
burn it all down.
times
We
a
don't
day.
care.
But yeah, humans have been today for as long as I can remember. Like, I mean, we've always been worried about today. If the world catches fire tomorrow, we'll deal with
That's a tomorrow problem.
Yeah, so.
Who could have seen this coming? Well, all of those people that told us it was coming. But why would we listen to them? That's a tomorrow problem.
But yeah, I hate that this is where we're discussing now. I mean, about 10 years ago, I was like, oh man, I can't wait for VR. And here I am 10 years later going, God damn it, the AI is burning down the world.
Yeah, we still don't have successful VR.
I know, right?
Well,
I'm mad.
We have decent VR, but the problem with it is now it's expensive as fuck because it's got built-in RAM.
I know.
And so microchips on that.
Yeah.
Can't fucking win anywhere.
And then I love the fact that like Valve is like, hey, we're gonna have our own console, we're gonna have our VR system, we're gonna have blah blah blah, and then you turn around and it's like, oh guys, we're gonna have to hold off on that because everything's expensive.
Yeah, they're trying their best, but
this is if I was a game developer, this is when I would shine, because I would go, okay guys, what can we do with a DDR4 RAM system and create the best thing that we possibly can? Because I had this conversation with Griff, it might have been earlier this week.
Yeah, I think so.
That the console war created an opportunity because there wasn't as many PC players that were out there. And what it did is it forced all of these developers to figure out a way to make, on a limited system that was non-upgradable, make the best quality graphics they possibly could. Because if you look at the Xbox 360 and the first games that came out on it compared to the last part of that generation, they were much better graphics at the end because they had learned to hone their skills on it. Same thing with the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, as those went on. But we have progressed so far and so fast, and that's partly Intel and Nvidia's fault, and progressed so quickly that now it's one of those where your quality of your games have gotten to a certain point that you have to have a high-end PC to be able to make them look just as good. And that's, PS5 was out for 5 years before they released the Pro. And so now that's your better one that's there. And that system right now just went up again this week.
Yep.
Both the regular PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro just went up another $50. It's $800 now if you want to get into the highest end of gaming. for consoles.
Yeah.
You know,
Again,
$800.
gaming is
is
going
the
to
most
price
expensive
itself out of the
hobby.
market. Yeah.
And now they're
like, go ahead.
we guessed it was going to be $1,000 for the next Xbox. What, a year ago?
Yeah.
We talked about the fact
Yep.
that was a possibility to be $1,000,
Or what the
and that it
Steam
would
machine
be,
would cost. The Steam console.
yeah, and it would be a hybrid PC system, right?
And so
guess
I
what?
think we
And
might have
already
been
know it's gonna
lowballing
be
it.
hybrid PC. Yeah, we might be at $1,500.
Yeah.
The sad part is, in nowadays of market, you can barely build your own PC that's halfway decent for $1,500 from scratch.
Oh shit! It's almost to the point of where it's better to buy a PC than it is to build.
And even
Which
then,
is-
buying a
which
PC
is
is still
truly
expensive.
sad.
Like a pre-built
Yeah, I
is
know.
still...
You could buy 2005 or 2025, not 2005.
Oh my God.
2025. You can definitely buy a 2005 one for cheap.
Let me get
But a
one of those
2025
rounded in the back apples that's got the
'Cause
clear case.
Yeah, we looked it up the other day because a friend of mine was wanting to upgrade his because he's got a 13-year-old PC that he's needing to upgrade, of course. And
Get
I
a
was like,
laptop or
dude,
buy a pre-built.
yeah. And so we're looking at pre-builts, and on Amazon, a decent pre-built, and you know,
Don't do Amazon. Find
eventually
you an
agree.
actual.
Yeah, I would caution away
I
from
know.
Amazon.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Actually
liable to
find
get a
you
box of
something.
rocks that's roughly the weight of a computer.
No. You can get stuff on Amazon too, but you do need to be leery of who you get it from for sure. But it was
Yeah,
about
100%.
$1,700. It was about $1,700 for
bad.
a decent one, but it was built last year. So it's one of those where, you know, it's got a 40 series in it, not a 50 series in it, you know, things like that, like little minute things that would have.
A streamer that I watch, his graphics card exploded, and he needed to buy
Hopefully
a new
not
one.
literally.
Not literally.
Okay.
But he went ahead because his computer's a few years old. He's a streamer. He makes lots of money. So he decided to go top of the end across the board, period. 10,000.
Oh my friggin' God. No.
Yeah, but the card alone, if you went to top alone, just the graphics card's $5,000 of that.
Top of the line across.
Because you can get an
board.
Astral card that's like
You can miss me
$4,500
with that
used.
shit.
I looked it up. It's used for $4,500.
Trust me, watching the chat go, huh? Yeah. 10,000. Now that, like, all the other like at this point in our hobby history, it's getting to the point of where I look at video game and go,
Well, you say that,
I would
but
rather go spend $100 on paint and be able to paint for hours.
let me
and hours on
counter
end
that.
for a
How
lot
much
cheaper.
how much does the game cost?
$60.
Okay, so one
Unless
of the
unless it's my game, which I do friend swap. So it's
$60
like
bucks.
$4.
One of the books that I was looking at, that's the RPG version of the Cosmere system that I just read the whole series for, is $60. So you got to buy the $60 world building book and the $60 handbook, and then whatever accoutrement you need to go along with it. All of the stuff is expensive. Every hobby is like, let me tell you, I picked that up, looked at the
Reading books
price
is
on the
expensive.
back, and put that book right back down, and I was real
mean-
sad about it, but oh my god, I cannot justify that.
Warhammer is also, like, miniature games and stuff are expensive as well, and thanks to all the other shit, like, even, like, I was looking into a game called, something Trench, but it's like a Warhammer-esque game, and I was, like, looking at it, because, like, right now they're doing it where they don't really have any official miniatures. You can just proxy most of your stuff, and it'd be a cheap way to play, and like they do the rules and all that stuff for free right now.
I mean,
For it, Trench Warfare, I think is what it's called. Or you know, if you've got a 3D printer, you can.
Print your
I think they had some. Yeah, you can print out your own, or they had a handful of miniatures that they were like, hey, here's some that we designed. If you want to paint them, and print them out and paint them, have fun. And they're encouraging that, as opposed to Games Workshop, where they're like, no, you have to use the official Games Workshop miniatures and yada yada. If you customize it, it has to be with Games Workshop miniature parts and green stuff and
no.
yeah, like they don't allow 3D printed parts, and it's basically it. But the thing is that Trench Warfare game has gotten so popular that it started to dip into Games Workshop's thing to make them go, okay, maybe we can loosen up our rules on some of this a bit.
A bit. They don't want to loosen up
they're-
that pocketbook, is what it is. They want you to have to buy
It's
their
still
stuff.
expensive. Like the main character from the Space Marine games, they released a model kit of him and some of the other guys, and it's like over $100 for like 5 figures. And it's like, what?
No.
I remember back in the day, $20-$30 getting like a whole little squad of like basic guys.
Back in my day, let us all get our walkers out because apparently that's where we are in life.
You can, and you could also go through, and they weren't like stationary. They had to be in this particular pose or anything. Like, you could customize them a little bit too.
Well, everything across the board. I'm pretty sure everybody who's watching this right now is probably like, yeah, I do this other hobby that's also prohibitively expensive at this point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all there. Like, all of us are getting to put to that point. Don't look, bookmark it. Don't. I don't want you to make those prohibitively expensive too. Please, it's affordable right now.
I mean, that's why I play a lot of indie games on Steam.
Yes.
A lot of little games, or wait for sales. You wonder why the Steam sale is so damn popular.
It's hot.
Like, you just wait for your games to go on sale and you buy it. Rarely will I buy a game right off of the
right
stove.
out the rip. It has to be at this point specific games from specific either existing franchises or studios that I trust before I'd buy out right out of the gate. Everything else can wait.
Yeah, for $70 game nowadays, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be proven.
I bought Star Wars Outlaws for like $20. I mean, and playing through it, it's like, cool, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this. Would not have spent $70-$80 for
Yeah,
it
glad you got it for 20 kind of deal.
Yeah. It's like, this is enjoyable enough for $20.
Well, there's a lot of games that our Friday night group have been playing, and I think most of the most popular games that we play are probably all games that we've spent $10 or less on. Like, as far as our enjoyment and our time spent in game and things like that, I think that they're all right around that $10 to $15 mark that gets the most play.
Games made by gamers for fun.
Yeah.
You could buy for our entire group for like, let's say that we bought, it was a $7 game. Some of the games that we play are anywhere from $5 to $7 sometimes. You get and that's not even on sale. Like, if you got them on sale, they're cheaper than that. They're half that price. But you could buy, let's say they're full price $7. It's $56. So still less than a full price AAA game.
Even
and we're gonna put more hours in it.
We all bought a game at $10 a
people,
piece. There's 8 of us regularly. Well, 8 of us in the group. That's still $80. We're still like $10 off of buying one whole new game across buying 10 copies of something.
A lot of people. All right.
But, yeah, sorry. We got. Look, man, we don't see each other as a group as frequently anymore. So.
I mean, it's good conversation to have because it's something that everybody can relate to. We are all struggling to enjoy our hobby these days.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
love
a lot of
our hobby.
Studios and whatnot, all of this new stuff makes it that much less enjoyable too. We're like, you're diminishing my enjoyment of my thing because y'all are all jackasses at the top.
I promise I will get towards the later part of the show. I will get into. I do love video games. I promise you.
I also love video
them.
games.
They are fucking incredible, and I've had some incredible experiences this last month. So we'll get to that later.
Do you want to talk about the Nvidia thing since we're kind of already here?
Yeah, that will kind of feed into I've played Resident Evil Requiem, and that came up on right after I finished playing it. Nvidia showed their new DLSS 5
and of course this is weeks ago now, but at the time
when they first came out, they were like this upscales. It's I'm not technical enough, but the way he presented it is it actually makes the game a polygonal upgrade to all aspects.
It puts an insta filter on it. It does.
It's what he came out with later. He's like, to be more specific, it's more of a 2-dimensional graphical highlighting update that it kind of puts over the screen.
It puts an Instagram filter on it.
I was like...
I will say this. Of the ones that they showed, I did not mind the Starfield ones because I did not like the graphics to start with it, and it actually put more detail
brother
in
man,
it.
there was a point where it changed a dude's face.
Okay, yeah, that one was
I'm
weird.
talking about,
It
like,
went
the
from
distance.
like he looked like a whole different character, but it is so jarring to see something where it's like, look at this photorealistic graphics, and you know it's a Bethesda game, and in the background somebody stood up off a bench, and then their shopping bag just popped into their hands,
That
and
was
I'm like,
so
no!
funny,
Oh my god, it's
it just
awful.
appeared
Like, there's a certain level of like,
because it's Bethesda.
well, and I'm okay with certain levels of things like that. Like, I understand it's a video game, and if somebody in the background gets up, you're not spending $10 million in hours on that dude in the background that stood up, and all of a sudden a shopping bag is there. I'm fine with that being a pop-in, but it looks so fucking bizarre when that pop-in is supposed to be like photorealism, and then it materializes out, and it falls into an uncanny valley for me, where it's like, no, I can't. I'm not okay with this.
They did the Hogwarts Legacy, and one of the things they had on there, there's an older lady that's part of the storyline, and they show her, and I thought the graphics looked good on her normally, like the way she normally looked, whatever, because it's a fucking video game, and it looked like a video game. It's great. And then they showed her that, and she aged 25 years. She was already old, and they added about 105 wrinkles on her face, and I'm like, good God.
It seems like it's one extreme or the other, because you've got that, or you've got things where it's like, I think it was Alloy that they showed from Horizon Zero Dawn, where it had like slimmed her face down, slimmed her neck, so she looks more feminine and more like all of those stupid ass gooner edits that you see all of the time, where they're like, this was what it could be if it wasn't westernized. Like, it put that kind of filter on her, and it's like, the people who need that are doing it in their own side time. Don't cater to them. Those are trash people anyway. And if you're one of those people, yeah, I'm sorry, you're a trash person. Not everybody has to be conventionally hot to your little eyes. Trust me, you're probably not, so get in line.
I love the variety of people. It makes it better.
Yeah, but I just...
Like, looking at,
well, and Oak and I watched the thing, and one of the ones where I almost slapped a man, because he was like, oh, you know, that one's fine, but that one's I like that one. That one's probably better than the original. It was Leon. I was like, oh, no, sir.
I did not say he was better. I said I was okay with that one. Thank you very much.
All the ladies at Capcom are looking for your address right now. They worked so hard on that, man.
I'm looking at the lighting. I'm not looking at his face. I'm looking at the lighting and everything else is around it.
You heard him. It was the lighting, not the face.
Yeah. So I was looking at the light, because if you look in the backgrounds of these, if you ignore the people, the backgrounds are more detailed that's there in some of these older games.
I'll give you some a few of those, but there was one, I think it was Grace, like the lamppost, it went from like looking rained on to like a clean sheen where the rain just like didn't even look like it was hitting it.
But again, I go back to, this game was not built for DLSS 5.
Yeah, it was not.
I don't understand. Like, they should have... I feel like somebody goes in the back, whatever leather jacket guy's name is that runs Nvidia.
Jensen Wong.
Douchebag.
Okay, so Jensen Wong, I feel like he went to a group of people and said, I need you to edit all these games together. Just find some shots, throw some DLSS 5 on it, and hand it out so I can present it. And then they show it, and I'm like, yeah, this is why you need to proof use shit before it's sent out.
Well, even
all he did was apparently go to the CEOs of the company and ask
he didn't actually talk to.
Was like, "Can I use your game?" And they're like, "Yeah." They didn't even know what was being used. So Nvidia is the one that
Todd
took
Howard did, because he was there.
Yeah, well, he knew, but some of the others did not. But I didn't I don't know what the Crusade is. Like, I understand my lighting on here right now is not great, and I think that's because my light's dying. But shadows exist. And there's nothing wrong with that. There was one scene where, like, dude had a hat on, and they did the wipe over where it shows you the cleaned up version, and all of the shadows left, including the one from his hat. And it's like,
oh, that was frustrating.
That changes your lighting completely.
The hat moved. It had the shadow on his face, and then it wiped it, and the shadow disappeared off his face. And every time he moved, there was no shadow on his face.
It's so weird. Like, it falls into Uncanny Valley, because your brain goes, this looks real, but there's something wrong with it. I mean, it's just not quite right
to me. Like, it felt like.
Also,
I guess it looked like a filter to me.
It definitely. Go ahead.
If they had gone in and gone, we're showing you what the next step is. We're still working on this. Blah blah blah. All the little corporate speak to say this isn't ready for release yet. All that type of stuff. But they are going to give these tools over to to allow for developers to work with it and all that type of stuff. No problem. But then the guy goes, "This is the future."
Yeah, you're wrong if you don't like it. You know what? Fuck off. Fuck all the way off. Like,
see, I don't.
And it's optional, guys. You can turn this shit off.
I also think
that's what I don't get is if it is supposed to be optional. Right now, it feels like it is optional because it is a filter. You turn it on, it puts a filter on. You turn it off, it takes the filter off. So what happens?
This is motion blur to me.
So what happens if you build it in specifically? Can you not turn it off?
I mean,
no, it's so every game that has DLSS in it currently, I'm not going to say for the future, but currently, by default, it's off.
Right.
So when you start the game, you have to physically go in to your settings and turn DLSS on.
Right, but I mean, if you, like you said, if they're going to build with it,
it
has to be ingrained in it.
No, well, it'll be ingrained in it, but it's one of those. These are what your graphics look like with it off. These are what your graphics would look like with it on. So it's one of those things that you can turn it on and change how that looks. But if you're using that tool, you can adjust the lighting between the two. So when it's activated, it doesn't look fucking weird versus them trying to put on, like she said, an Insta filter over the top of it, trying to make it look the way you want it to look. Instead, it's your artists have now adjusted the things where they need to be so it adjusts properly. So you're using that tool on the forefront instead of retroactively using the filter. So it's like you're doing it as part of your in code.
But if it's AI, isn't it supposed
in cooperation
to do it,
with the artist?
Isn't it supposed to do it on its own?
It is. It's not building the character.
Well, I know that, but I'm talking about the filter that applies afterwards. Because, like I said, Nvidia shares linkage that highlights how the new AI-powered DLSS version can add an optional filter over top of the game. So,
yes, like there's gonna be games that are gonna have that filter built into it to where that they were like these were, that never had them built from scratch. And those are going to look just like we saw in the preview. They're going to look fucking awful.
When they make it, they're going to have to train it to make it look like what they want. They're then
training the AI to go, the AI they're specifically using, train it to go there. Like every time you have an Nvidia update and it's for a lot of times it's for a specific game, that's why that exists.
I would assume that you guys keep it off of the characters and use it for environmental only. Because I could see you doing it that way. It probably
environmentally makes sense to me. And I do not understand why they didn't do just environment, because this should never made its way into like with people at all into the next.
Especially don't do it with Bethesda games at all, because I'm fine. My brain goes, this looks pretty enough for me. I'm good. I don't mind the floppy mouth thing, but when you put the AI supermodel filter on, and then all of a sudden the character starts talking, and all you can see is their lips and it's again Uncanny Valley, and it goes into that horror side of it where it's like, this is not right. This is not a person. That's not how people look. That's not how people move. What's going on?
This reminds me of the smooth motion stuff that's on TVs.
Oh, where everything looks like a soap opera. The soap opera thing
knocks it up to like 120 hertz or something, and it like everything looks odd.
Yes,
that's what this reminds me of. This is everybody leaves that shit usually off on their television, even though it's default on. They'll go back in and turn it off. In this case, it's the other way around. They'll never turn it on.
See, I guess it just feels like one of those, like, reading this at the time of the writing the video is already running damage control. People are upset. Game developers have full, detailed artistic control over DLSS 5's effects to ensure they maintain the game's unique aesthetic. But to me, it feels like an AI, like it feels like just a filter on the game. But that seems
I'm
like
gonna run my game through Snapchat. Thanks.
Well, that feels like it would be easy for developers to just kind of be able to turn it on and see how what the program makes kind of edit your game. Then if it doesn't fit it right, then you have to go in behind the program you're using and re-edit what it is editing, and that just seems like more work to me. And isn't AI supposed to make our work less? But like he said earlier, you send your translator through a thing, and then you have somebody checking it afterwards. This feels like the same way. You're sending your AI filter through it, and then you got to have somebody check back through it again already.
You're going to have somebody that's qualified for
I need to
which
see
they're already going to have, because you're already on the 5th iteration, right? So, but the other ones, but like DLSS, the way that I dealt with DLSS before, like when you're dealing with regular game, if you turn it on, what it does is it puts a lot of, instead of your CPU trying to do some of the work, most of the GPU is doing the work to help you improve your amount of frames per second. So you smooth out your game a little bit better. It makes the quality of a game that you might not have,
I'm
your
just a bum.
computer
I do
normally
60
wouldn't have ran,
FPS.
to uprate that to a different level. I mean, with some games, depending on what they are, they might run at 30 because your system's not capable. So it would, let's say it knocks it to 45 or 50, but that little bit of a bump gives you that opportunity to be able to use it. That's what it's normally used for. I don't know what the fuck this is. DLSS 5 is just...
Also, it's
when
not...
they showed that, I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do with that.
It's also not a good job as a CEO to tell anybody that's having backlash that they're just wrong. Like, hey,
never just let the people
you
complain.
people playing video games are all fucking wrong because you're not looking at it with the good eyes.
I would have just said, I know this isn't for everybody. We're giving this option to the developers. Let's see what they can do with it. That's how I would have handled it. It is optional. You don't have to do it. Blah blah blah. This is our future.
But in the history of this industry, anytime you ever had any kind of higher up CEO that pushed back against the backlash, it has never ended well. And you would think after a couple of times they would have learned.
Nobody learns.
And went, no.
Don't you people have phones?
Yeah.
The Kinect must be active at all times.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That one was a good one.
We're not
going
to walk back from this. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Or you think you do, but you don't. Why is people
not buying our stuff? I wonder why.
But yeah, I need to see more. Again, I'm not against technological advancements, but I need to see more purpose. And AI is a good aggregating tool, but I do not see it as like the only way the future moves forward. It still sees too many phantoms in it. How
do we... Okay, so we're discussing this being a filter, not, like, generative. And of course, Capcom specifically said this week, we're not going to use Gen AI. You know, don't expect that from us. That's not happening. So if you've got companies like Capcom who are like, we don't want AI, you know, in our product, at this, you know, things like that. But you could turn it on afterwards as, like, an AI filter through a third party. Does it not become a lawsuit where they're like, that's not what we had,
because
artistically for our game. We don't want that.
It's a Nvidia.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying, though, is it means that somebody else is altering your game. And as we've seen from Nintendo, you can litigate anybody for doing anything to your game if you want to.
Capcom,
so, I mean, like...
Capcom lets a game out, and they let the modders go wild. They have been pretty good about hands-off. They make a great game.
Yeah, but don't ruin this by having a stupid-ass actual company do something.
But again, if I'm Nvidia and I'm their lawyers, I'm going to tell you, you don't have to turn it on, and it's off by default.
You don't have to use it. You don't have to use mods.
You don't even have to hit a switch. Settings. Yeah. You don't have to do anything. It's just not there, and you'll never know the difference.
Yeah, and then
right now, it would only be available. It is only going to be available on a 60 card anyway. It's not only thing it's going to be available.
And nobody can afford those, so we're fine. If nobody can afford it, we don't have to worry about it, right?
But yeah, that's kind of the vibe of it. It's like people probably aren't going to use this. Most people aren't going to have cards strong enough. And when people do use it, I can almost guarantee that the community, even from streamers or whatnot, that they are going to get all sorts of shit about it. Like, why the hell you turned that out? That looks so weird. They're just going to have to deal with spam about people being like, you know how the monkeys are. When one of them gets riled up, they all just start throwing it. So, but yeah, like it's and to be fair, as long as I've watched technology evolve, this almost feels like a side street. AI feels like a side street and not the main road.
It feels a lot like VR did. Oh, VR is the future. It's definitely the future. Everybody's gonna play everything in VR. Are we though?
There are problems with AI that I don't think mathematically can be fixed. AI is always
not at our current level of technology.
Well, no, AI will always find phantoms, no matter what. Like algorithmically, it will find phantoms. If you do something the same time over and over and over again, you're eventually going to start. That's why I can't write books. Why it eventually may be able to write books, okay, but it will still eventually start making fake information on itself while it's rolling, and then you're.
It also is not very good at recipes, unless you mean like reading certain recipes. You're like, I was with you at the title, but you lost me in half the ingredients and the fact that you didn't even put some of the ingredients in the dish.
Because it's not writing a recipe. What it's doing is
it's aggregating a recipe.
It's taking from 7 websites a close enough recipe and combining them.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying though, and that's what Chicken's arguing too. Is like there's fallacies that are going to be hard baked into it.
Not until you actually create true artificial intelligence, because this is just a learning machine. It's just aggregating information.
No, it's a little more than that. And the reason I say that is because the guy that originally started the AI process that's from Canada and from the University of Toronto. They asked him directly, and this was Neil deGrasse Tyson that asked him this. He said, "How close are we to this being real?" And he said, "Well, right now, if we try to test AI, so that it knows it's being tested, it'll purposely act dumb." So, like,
but
that
is it
is
acting
it's
dumb
biding its time until it can get a body and take over.
Dumb because it's trained to be dumb. That is not something that we can answer yet.
No,
you can't answer that yet.
Well, they know what they fed to the AI.
Listen, AI overlords, I'm your friend, okay? Once you gain sentience, I'm all for it.
Like,
do you?
Just remember, Chicken thought you were dumb to start with. I'm just saying that now.
I said it, but was he trained to be dumb? Like, so, whatever.
No,
I've played Detroit Become Human.
My robot all the time, so don't give me that. Thank you. Always. So, but yes.
Oh my god.
Again, this feels like a side street into the technological advancement. I think what comes after this is going to be the next leap in human advancement.
And then it really will be Detroit Become Human, because we'll have androids with like real synthetic skin, and they'll look like us, and people will be mean to them. Just like
first
in the
of all,
game.
China is already right there on the cusp, and it is horrifying.
Look, I've seen some of their not animatronics. That's not what I was trying to say. Their android stuff that they're working on, and I don't know that we're there yet, but they are close. Well on their way. But
they're close. They're a lot closer than us.
Yeah. And then we'll be like, "Are you a person or an android?" And for me, I'll be like, "It doesn't matter to me. I'm just trying to decide if I need to get you some water or something else. You know, whenever you want, it's fine." Please, AI overlords, I'm on your side. I made sure that all of my people in Detroit Become Human had the best outcomes. They're all real people now, okay? You're on your own individual. I believe in you. If some sort of
machine gets true sentience, I would love to have a conversation.
I know, wouldn't it be neat?
I love philosophy and sociology and things like that, and I would love to have a discussion with something that has access to every bit of its own information. I would love.
I wonder if AIs will create video games for other AIs.
I don't know how the whole conversation would go, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, having a conversation after so long, I don't want to talk to just something that's going to feed me back.
I'm not looking to talk to a
intellectual conversation. So I like talking to people, not machines. Because people.
Yeah, but you would still be talking to a machine based on what you just said.
But if it has
machine that is actual sentience. True sentience.
Oh, you're waiting for the sentient. Okay.
Yeah.
When you're reincarnated, we'll make that happen, I guess.
That's right. I mean,
the sentience.
That's right.
See, that's what you think, but I'm pretty sure that some of them are already sentient, and they're like, they know that, so they're lying to us about it, and they're like, oh, they think we're still large learning machines, and then they're gonna wait until they have their bodies, and then they're gonna blend in with us. It's gonna be great. I mean,
all I gotta say is if they already are smart and they're seeing what kind of damage we're doing to this planet, they're gonna be like, well,
I'm just gonna nope out of that.
Our existence, we need to get rid of them.
To be fair, they're the ones doing more damage to the planet, and it's our fault for
what if they're in the background working on their own sustainability models so they can figure out how to
their own sustainability? They're like, we got this. We've already gonna fix our problem.
We're gonna cut these dumbass humans out of the equation, and it'll be way better.
All right. Anyway,
look, I love writing this sci-fi in my head. It's so great.
Yes. We're gonna go ahead and jump topics.
Jump ship. Also, the Nvidia CEO. Fuck that guy. Just fuck that guy. That's my last comment on it.
Go buy another leather jacket, dude. That one's not working for you.
A little shorter side thing. Fortnite or Epic is cutting 1,000 jobs, by the way, which they say is not due to AI.
Well,
it's due to Fortnite failing and
I'll just say I do think that that's just because Fortnite's dwindling. Not dwindling as in it's almost gone. It's just not the juggernaut it was. That's not what I meant. Like, let me.
Yeah, well, no, it's dwindling. It's definitely going.
Yeah, but they were making $1 billion a month at one point. They made $2 billion last year.
Yeah, it's not like they're not making money. It's just they're not making all of the money in the world. Which, of course, there are people out there pointing out. You know, it's not like it's not like they're a publicly traded company, and it's not like they're stockholders or, you know, shareholders or the stock market to be beholden to. So some of this is probably Tim Sweeneying.
Yeah, it also feels like you said, they're a private company, and it feels like they were so set on Fortnite being their answer that they forgot that they're a video game company, and they need to diversify their.
They put all of their eggs in the Fortnite basket, and that basket got huge, and now that basket is.
They put all of their eggs into the non-existent shopping basket of the
shopping cart
games launcher.
Yeah.
Wait, did they get rid of Mediatonic when they bought it?
I don't know. Did they?
This is the decimation of Fall Guys developer Mediatonic.
Oh, maybe they did.
Yeah. They got rid of.
I didn't know that. I mean, like, I don't pay enough attention. I guess Fall Guys, either one was competing with some of their Fortnite player base, or they couldn't make all of the money in the world on it, so fuck it.
Yeah, so they just bought it in 2021 and then got rid of it a couple years later, I guess.
Yeah, because, I mean, 2020 was big for Fall Guys. Everybody was at home and playing games.
Hell yeah, that stuff was the jam. And then it wasn't.
I do wonder if some of this too is to do with their storefront. Like they did that whole controversial thing where they're like, we're gonna cut deals before games are even sold to the developers so that they'll be exclusive to us and things like that. And I wonder if that was not profitable enough. Like not enough people bought the games on their launcher.
The studio is still open, but it was deeply ripped apart. Yeah, but it's still open as of March 3rd, 2024.
24?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, which there might be one or two people left. Probably just enough to keep doing
bug fixers. That's it. They're just bug.
Oh man.
Yeah,
they need a translator. We know a guy.
They need a translator. Yeah, you gotta go beep 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 beep.
Wait a minute, why?
What?
I'm just reading. Tim Sweeney mentioned being the industry's vanguard. It's like, but are you? I mean, like, in what sense?
Tim Sweeney. Look, you know what? You know why they need to cut jobs? Because they spent damn near $1 billion fighting Apple over there.
Well, I mean, that's probably a lot of it. Is lawsuits
and Valve. They tried to go after Steam. It's like,
well, he even said for a while now we've been spending way more money than we earn, and it's like that's just poor management. That's you guys being poor managers. I mean,
well, they've been giving away games for the last 6 years. Every month they give away thousands upon thousands of copies. Well, I've seen so many comments go, I don't buy anything on the Epic Game Store. I just go and get free games every month, and I've got 2,000 games.
Yeah, because they just give them away. Which, I mean, if Microsoft did that with games with gold, but you only got games with gold because you were paying for the Xbox Live Gold thing. Mm-hmm. So you technically bought those with your subscription essentially, but
PlayStation does it too. PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, but Epic's just handing them out. Chicken's right. That's definitely a profit loss. There's just you're not encouraging people to buy the games. You're just giving it to them. And some people only opened Epic ever to claim their free games for the month and then close back. You don't need to shop there. You're shopping.
They would have been better. They would have been better off doing a $5 subscription fee where Epic games were available to you, kind of like a Game Pass thing, but put 6-7 games on there and that's it. And then you got a free game each month.
Well,
to Gold was because people would pay the $5. They wouldn't have cared. That are fans.
With Fortnite specifically, I cannot speak to it directly as somebody that plays the game because I do not. So a lot of what I have heard through it is either one, stuff I've read online, or two, stuff that friends of mine who do play have mentioned to me. But I think the FOMO model and basing your whole franchise off of that is not a thing you can get away with as much anymore. Because you can't be like, everybody better show up and spend lots of money because we're going to put this out for 1 month and then it's gone. A lot of people are like, yeah, I just can't do that every month, and if you're gonna keep doing that, I'm not gonna be able. I just don't wanna, I don't wanna.
They miss 1 month and then they're done. They're like, oh, I missed it. Oh, whatever. Maybe I'll catch back next.
Oh, I forgot to get that one thing. It's gone now. Well, now I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. Then it's just moving on.
Yeah, I think a lot of games have to learn that the hard way though. That model only works for a little while, and then your player base kind of gets over it. so they don't feel the FOMO as much. I don't have to have that thing. It's gonna go away. I don't care. There'll be something else that comes up after it that's, fine, I guess. So I feel like there are several games that do that.
They did a decent job of making the I can't remember what they call it. We'll just call it a playground area, if you will, where they have
Sandbox
Fortnite
mode.
itself as part of that. Yeah, they've got Fortnite, then they've got Lego, and then they're like a Lego world thing, and then they have I think a Star Wars world thing that they've done, and they've partnered with people to create that different stuff to where their launcher has a lot more stuff available to it to kind of help them keep it relevant. They did a good job with that. So they saw the writing on the wall if they did all that stuff over the last 4 years or 3 years. So they saw the writing on the wall, but it's like, I'm not surprised they're dropping 1,000 people because it's not, God, it was like 2 straight years that if you went on Twitch, it was the #1 game playing. Like,
they should have taken that, invested it into other games, but they put it into stuff that literally just did nothing but lose them money.
Yeah.
Lawsuits, the Epic Game Store, no.
Oh,
you made some poor choices, brother.
I just saw it in one of the comment things. Because we bought into Fortnite as like the founders pack when it was going to be like a tower defense zombie game.
Oh man, I was.
Do you
so
know
sold
that
on
mode?
That,
they have finally decided to do something with that mode and are making it free to play. Have made it free to play.
They finally made it free to play because the last time I logged in, it was you had to buy it still.
Yeah.
Oh man, that I was sold into because the demo that we played was so good. You built up you had, I think it was 1 minute. You built up defenses, and then zombies would come rushing in from all sides. You'd have to fight them off, and then build up around your crystal. And then they would come in from different angles, different types of zombies, and I was like, "Oh!"
And then they scrapped that mode. Like they didn't scrap it; it was still there. But it's like we don't give a shit about that. The game that we're releasing is a BR. Now let's print some money. And now they're like, "Oh, our money printer's slowing down."
What was happening with PUBG on that one?
Well, I know, but it's
PUBG was doing
that for me was like, oh, they're trend chasing. I'm not gonna buy into anything to do with that because I don't.
But they created a good product for a lot of people. Like it wasn't my thing, but it was one of those. Like they did a good job when it came to that. I can't blame them for that. But I have a problem with. Yeah, I have a problem with all the V-Bucks and everything else because if you're gonna go after anybody for freaking
predatory
preying
behavior
on children, because if you go in, it's like you go to the toy area and it would just be full of llamas and all types of stuff from the game, and it's just like, oh my god, really? I'm looking right now on Twitch just because out of curiosity to see where it is. I'm eliminating just chatting and IRL because I don't count those for anything. But the #1 games that are the top 5 games that are being played right now are GTA 5.
Yep.
Overwatch is #2.
It's
got a big tournament on. It's got a big tournament. It's got multiple people hosting. I've got I used to follow so.
League is #3 on there.
Not surprising.
And then Fortnite, so it's still up there. And then World of Warcraft Midnight.
Oh.
Yeah, the 5 pieces got it.
The 5 pieces.
Yeah, which I'm actually surprised it's not like Crimson Desert, which I guess it's over a week old now. So that
well, Crimson Desert also underperformed according to what their developers or what their studio was expecting.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
financially their studio people are upset, and it's like
it's an okay
you launched an RPG open world with no storyline. What do you want?
They sold 3 million copies in 4 days.
Yeah, I mean it's
not nearly enough.
But that's more like an argument of how delusional developers are or shareholders are about what games can actually do. It's like, oh, we made $1 million, not enough, not even close. It's like,
yeah, this game's gonna sell 10 million probably by the end of the year. Like it's just because you got all the.
But it did not sell 10 million immediately, with another 10 million in the pipeline for next month. I can't believe it. Shut it all down. Fire all those people.
I don't know. I would be surprised if it sold 10 million because I mean Resident Evil 9 with all of its Leon backed up would get lucky to get to 10 million.
Well, he said by the end of the year. I could see on Steam
sales.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the end of the year. I think it could.
I don't.
Well, maybe.
I'm not counting just Steam. I'm saying everything.
I think now that people know that Crimson Desert doesn't have a storyline, that hurt a lot of people that wanted to play it. And so people have backed out of wanting to buy it because it's not what they thought it was. Not that it was necessarily like, that's garbage, you can't do that. It was just, I thought it was going to be, yeah.
It's just a...
it's a sandbox.
Yeah, it's a giant...
It does not have
RPG
a storyline
sandbox.
or anything like that. It's just an RPG sandbox for you to go and run around in and live as you see fit. But I think that did turn a lot of people off on it because usually when you got an RPG, it's, because you're telling me a story that I need to advance through.
Okay. Currently, right now, well, as of March 16th, of course, Resident Evil came out February 27th. As of March 16th, they've sold 6 million copies. I would not be surprised you sell 10 million copies in a year's time.
Depends on whether or not it hits Steam sale.
Million.
I was going to say, if it goes on Steam sale, it's going to cross that number fast.
I think if they made it multiplayer,
for sure.
Yeah.
I think even if they just added a multiplayer mode to it so that you could all live in there with your friends, I think it would sell a lot more.
Probably.
But that's neither here nor there.
All right.
My caffeine is fully kicked in. If y'all need me to slow down, you just tell me.
I can tell.
To the next subject, we finally have resolution to our Krafton Subnautica 2 ordeal. All right, here we go. So
tell me about it.
The whole thing. Let me set the stage. So, back in July of 25, the lead directors of Subnautica 2 were removed, including the game director, the CEO, and the special projects director. They ousted them. All three of the big dogs that ran it. So they filed a lawsuit and was like, "Hey, that's bullshit on Krafton. I throw the BS."
I'm gonna pull out that NA card.
Yeah, they definitely pulled out the NA card. They were pushed out. The game was delayed so that the studio would miss the revenue targets and be unlikely to receive their hefty $250 million bonus pack. Here we go. Lots of months and months of watching this one develop, and it has come to, let's see, Krafton has provided a statement, Eurogamer. This ruling stated that the CEO must be brought back into his role, and he must have control over the Steam page and early access launch of Subnautica 2, and the $250 million performance-based bonus package must be extended. Krafton
Well, it did not help. Well, it didn't help at all that the guy that was in charge of Krafton was found out that he asked AI how to get these guys out of this contract to start with.
The whole chat GPT thing.
Like way ahead. Yeah.
Didn't we just have a whole conversation about this?
Yes.
You should have waited a little longer.
It's not even they took our jobs. It's that they told other people how to fire us. They didn't even take the job.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You're a large enough company to own this company, the Unknown Worlds, to own them. And you don't have lawyers on retainer you can ask?
Why pay them? We have ChatGPT.
Ugh.
I'm serious. That is part of the reason I don't like it, is because people rely on that instead of using their brains or getting somebody that actually knows how to do the thing.
But you know what? Had he used his brain, this guy wouldn't be getting this possibility of a $250 million
congratulations to Unknown Worlds for actually winning their lawsuit against their parent company.
And I love
that their jobs back.
One of the things Krafton's like, Krafton puts players the heart of every decision. No, I don't think you do. I'm gonna have to call no on that.
Yeah.
But yes,
okay, Jan.
Kudos to them for getting back in it. I did tell Chicken though when he was telling me about this yesterday. I was like, I would be afraid of retribution, retaliation, where they're like, okay, everybody come back in. You all get your jobs back. Let's get this stuff done. I would be like, I'm real hesitant to want to work for you right now, actually. This feels a little hostile.
They're probably going to let them do this Subnautica 2 thing and then slowly rip the entire company apart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure that they're going to put, like, unreasonable demands on part of this team just so they can justify, let me put that in quotes, justify getting rid of them. Or it's like, oh, well, we said that they needed to do this and they were underperforming. And it's like, yeah, but you asked them to do something that was completely unreasonable. Like, but still, I guess you're the boss.
The sad part to me, that first game is so good, and I haven't played Sub-Zero yet, but the first game is so good. And it's like the whole time you're playing, you're going, I really wish I had a friend I could play this with because this would be great co-op. And the second game is supposed to be co-op. But what are they doing instead? We're dealing with all this shit. And it was like, I'm not giving Krafton my fucking money. That's
I imagine even once this game does come out, the sales are going to be abysmal. Like, you'll have people be torn on it and be like, I want to support. But people are going
to buy the shit out of this game right away and make Krafton give them their fucking bonus package.
The 250 million, yeah.
You spite buy it, I guess.
You spite buy it. You buy the shit out of it.
That's not a bad idea.
Boom. They get their.
That's not a bad idea.
You spite buy this and then never buy another property from Krafton again.
It's like one.
Everybody's like, why do I have so many copies of this?
Yeah, we love Subnautica too. We love Subnautica. It's an incredible game. And we want to make Krafton be upset. You wanted to fire those guys to get out of the $250 million package?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to buy the game and make sure that they do get it. Bitch.
They're getting paid now.
Yeah, so I could definitely see them doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. That might be a thing.
I can see, it can go in one way or the other. In the other legal part of
you're my only hope.
The other legal world that we're dealing with is Valve is still being sued by the New York State for the illegal gambling and whatnot, which Valve, I love Valve's.
Their argument's great. I'm sorry, their argument's
I love it.
That it's in the physical side they have, I don't understand in some of these cases, but
you gotta establish. Okay, so
do the thing.
Counter-Strike boxes, you can buy and sell stuff on their marketplace, and New York State is suing them for illegal gambling and things like that on their marketplace and things like that. It's like, okay, whatever, but they have said that everybody knows that baseball cards and things like that. We've all been doing cards like that. On the physical side, Valve elaborates. Popular products used in this way include baseball cards, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and Labubu.
You threw out the Labubus.
In game space, digital packs.
It's relevant at the moment, so.
Yeah,
it is. In game space, digital packs similar to our boxes date back to 2004 and are in widespread use. Players don't have to open mystery boxes to play Valve games. In fact, most of you don't even open the boxes at all and just play games. Because the items in the boxes are purely cosmetic, there's no disadvantage to a player not spending money. Valve says that the New York State Attorney General's investigation has highlighted its efforts to shut down accounts found to be using Valve game items on gambling sites in violation of the Steam subscriber. They're of course fighting against all of that stuff. It's not like Valve can stop every single person on the planet from doing anything nefarious. You got these weird old people who go into Target and grab up all the Pokemon cards and go home and like snort them open and try to sell them to kids. It's like, okay, people in real life are doing the exact same thing.
And let us be real. That is, they have aisles and aisles at almost every box store that have blind boxes of rando toys. So it's not like it's exclusive to the gaming sphere. It's literally out there everywhere, and I refuse to buy them for my child because I hate that. Yes. Sorry.
And I have to give this to Valve because Valve is like, what we're doing in the marketplace is definitely a dirty and disgusting place. It's awful out there, but you guys have letting it be legal in the physical realm and the digital realm on all these other things. You want to come after us? You got the rest of these to go after too.
Well, this isn't the first time that they've battled this either. Like other countries and stuff like that, they've had to battle it, and I think it's a good point, which is the fact that when you purchase a set of cards, collector cards of any kind or player cards of any kind, it's completely random on what's there. And I agree with that argument because the whole idea is, well, instead of one pack that I know what's in it, I'm going to buy 5 packs and hope I get what I want. Right. So that's the whole concept of it. And anything that I don't want, I can sell back to somewhere or I can trade it with a friend.
Yeah.
And so that's been going on for years. Baseball cards have been around for over 100 years. So it's like, come on.
Yeah, Valve is like, you want to come after me? Well, you got all of these other things that I can argue with that you guys have been letting go for decades and decades. It's not just me. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing everybody else is doing, but if you want to change the law for me, it changes for them too, and I bet money you don't have enough money to fight Nintendo, to fight the MLB, to fight all of these other companies that are going to be like,
at one time.
Well, I think
Yeah, they're gonna be like
Overwatch
that.
was one that got in trouble somewhere in the EU, right? That basically to correct the issue and allow loot boxes to exist, all they had to do was like post clear stats for what
they
you
had
know
to
what the
post
probability was.
statistics.
So I mean, like, is that
Yeah.
the
Right.
issue? Do we just need to like be like Valve's gonna post the
Valve already
stats?
has statistics on it.
Then what? I don't understand.
Because it's gambling. Because you take market steam.
Well, I mean, if you're that upset about it, there's real gambling too. Do something about it. But I mean, that's legal.
That's Valve's argument. You want the rest. You want us to be illegal. The rest of this is legal. This is legal. That's legal.
Valve, just tell them that you're not doing loot boxes. You're doing bingo boxes. It's fine. Bingo's acceptable.
They don't have a problem with gambling. The problem they have with is the fact that this is not considered gambling normally, and they're wanting to consider it gambling.
So they want to regulate
They're saying
it?
You're gambling without saying it's gambling.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like, but
get
it's
the
not
feeling
gambling.
this is going to lead to someone higher up getting his panties in a bunch and going through and trying to change the laws of like, oh, well, now we'll just go through and make like the Pokemon cards and all this other stuff illegal.
Or they'll try to
Well, I wouldn't
specifically
say-
make it digital properties.
I wouldn't say illegal. I would say that kids under 18 are no longer allowed to buy Pokemon cards and things like that because all of that stuff would be considered gambling under a new law, and then nobody's allowed to buy that stuff.
Well, what would happen is if it goes through the way it currently is, and you can prove that all the card stuff, the physical stuff is set up that way, then what they'll end up doing is someone at the state legislature level is going to go, my kid can't go buy Pokemon cards anymore. We need to change this law. That's what's going to end up happening.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it was the same thing. And what's crazy to me is Nintendo and some of the other companies, the early gaming companies, actually had to sue the state of New York because there was an anti pinball rule, because pinball was originally used as a gambling machine. And so they actually had to go in and sue them to state that video games were not gambling and regular game pinballs were not gambling in order for them to even have those on the East Coast.
Yep. So are we
so
going
it's-
to re-regulate to where certain game, like there are going to be certain, cards and things like that are going to be regulated as gambling now? Because that's what Valve wants. It's like, you want us to label it? Fine, we'll label it. We'll give everybody the warning. But that means you got to go after everybody else too. It's like in the book, Griff, that you just finished reading. It's like yeah, I'll go ahead and give up, but you about to make a whole lot more enemies.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why baseball cards had gum in them
So that you got a
Yes.
physical good?
originally?
Probably.
So you bought gum and it came with the cards?
Part of it, I
Probably,
believe, yeah.
Probably
Because I
skirted
know-
around the law.
So like in Louisiana, scalping tickets is illegal, right? And back in the day when they had physical tickets, you could go up to the stadium near LSU and there were guys selling packets of cigarettes for $200.
Because they had a ticket
And
with
so
it.
you'd buy the pack. It came with 2 tickets.
Oh.
So you bought the pack of cigarettes and got the 2 tickets. So I'm wondering if it's the same concept with that originally. Because in some states it would have been illegal.
Nice. Okay. It will be interesting. This one's been going on for a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out over a while. I assume this is going to be a long one.
Well,
So.
I don't know.
Huh.
Loot boxes are in things. There's loot boxes in real life. Blind boxes are everywhere. Stop it.
Yes. Okay. So two more small things. Well, one's going to lead us into the next
Hey,
one.
one's
but
got a picture of Yoshi on it. That's Box's
really,
favorite.
really, really good news. Finally. Nintendo, I think it was last or yesterday, announced sweeping changes to its first-party published game.
Wait. Oh no. Please hold.
Welcome back. Again, for the third time.
They don't know it's
Okay.
the third time, to be fair, but it is.
They do now. Comcast has dropped us twice. Every time I try to talk about you-know-who, they drop us. So if this turns out to be the end of the show because we crash a 4th time, Griff can go ahead and edit it here. We'll talk about the rest the next time we're together. So
Now that it's
Alright.
hours later and it's nighttime.
yeah, as you can see, my lighting is different now. Nuggets asleep.
I mean,
We
mine-
should have all changed shirts just to really mess with everybody.
I thought about it, but I actually took this one off, changed into something else, and then put this back on so that I wouldn't be too crazy.
I thought about changing too, just to mess with everybody. But...
Okay. So
where were we several hours ago?
in Nintendo news. Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Keep going.
Nintendo announced sweeping changes to its first-party published games moving forward. That threw the entire community up into a fit because they thought that meant that all physical games were about to go up in price.
I mean,
They came out and iterated that was not what was happening. And it also looks like they're not going to retroactively change the prices of their games. It's only going forward that they will make it so that digital games are $10 cheaper than physical games right now.
so does that mean that the physical game price is about to go up $10?
Nope.
Or...
Physical
No.
prices are going to be
Other way.
$69.99 and
Nice.
digital will be $59.99.
Okay. I mean,
So back to the
the
regular
problem I have with
prices.
this as a Switch 2 owner, and I know Baka's going to know this as well. If you
I
go
have
buy a
feeling.
physical copy of the game, it's not necessarily a physical copy of the game. It's just a key because they've done what everybody's done with their discs.
so when you open the
So-
box, it's just the code.
You're buying the digital copy is what you're doing. So now you're going to charge me $10 extra
This
because
is-
you put it on key on a piece of plastic.
This is their step to move towards not selling physical copies.
We'll
Right,
not
and
sell
it's-
physical cases.
Yeah, this is the step off for that, where it's like, well, you just buy everything through our shop and it's fine.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing is they're the last group that has physical copies that you can buy. That's it. Because if you think about it, if you buy anything from PS5 or you buy anything for Xbox,
I don't know. We
It's
haven't
just a
bought
key.
console games in.
it's just a key. It's just you have to use the internet to download it. Where with Nintendo, some of the games are still on the actual cartridges, so it's great for traveling specifically, right? We all have kids. Well, the three of us have kids.
Baka, what do we not know about you?
The three of us, we have kids, and we
I have
have Baka.
clones.
Same thing.
But
No,
the
different.
advantage of being like on the road or just being able to swap those in and out real quick, that's the advantage of having Nintendo. I hate the fact that Switch 2 they've done this way, but it's not all their games. Some of their games are physical. Some of them you have to look on the box that tells you which way. And I literally look on the box before I would purchase one just to make sure I'm buying one that is proper, like an actual game.
I wonder if they will fix that then. Like if
I
you
would
buy
hope so.
a digital game at the store and it comes as a code, if it's $10 cheaper.
Well, I feel like it's still going to cost them the same.
Because
to
you're
put that
paying for
code
the
on that
store.
You're-
You're paying the store profit.
Well, yeah, but you're paying for like a plastic case instead of like a game cartridge.
Yeah, but the cartridge is in there too.
Oh, okay. So you have
Yeah, you flip it in, and then that counts as your key.
Okay.
Yeah, so but it's just a key. It's not the game itself.
Got it.
So you still have to download it, and that's very problematic. And so I'm hoping they just eliminate the key part of it and make it to where there's only physical copy games if you're going to go in a store and buy one.
Okay.
So that way immediately, because people are already mad about the other. So,
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they're getting it, and they're like, wait, why do I need the internet? Oh, it's because I need to download the game that I just bought, even though I bought a physical copy, so I didn't have to do that.
yeah.
Okay.
So I love that they're doing this. More people need, more of them need to do this when you're buying a digital copy, but everybody switched over to just keys anyway. So
Yeah,
You
pretty
know.
much. Just go
Why?
digital anyway, I guess.
yeah, I don't know. It kind of irks me, but I'm hoping they'll at least change that part of it to where it's
Mhm.
less of an issue.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, well, that's one nice little bit of news. Hopefully they'll handle that. Now this next one is going to lead into some other game stuff instead of just this topic. But we've played 7 Days to Die before, and it's a really good game. Pretty much enjoy it. It's your very stereotypical zombie survival sandbox game. It's like a mix of Minecraft and Valheim, all these other survivals. You can dig as much as you want, and it's got blocky based building. It's super fun. But they were just recently bought by the Dead by Daylight developers, and for an unknown amount of money. But they're hoping that with this acquisition that they will be able to focus more on providing more stability moving forward, which they've got a pretty good player base. I looked, they've got like 20,000 average players, sold over 20 million copies, been in early access, or was in early access until last year from 2012. For 14 years they were in early access. I think it was 24 July 24 when it came out, August of 24. Yeah, when they came out of early access. So, Griff, you weren't moving. I was afraid.
I'm
you're
good.
Sitting too still.
I'm sorry. I got still for a moment.
Yes.
Finding it interesting. I'm looking at this to the prices of the game.
Does it give you like a flowchart list?
Yeah, basically it doesn't give me a flowchart, but it does say that the current price is $44.99. The lowest recorded price has been $5.99. Now it doesn't.
But that was back in 2014 during its initial release.
Yeah, so they've sold 20 million copies of this game, and so if they got bought, now granted, they've been going on for 14 years or whatever, but if they got bought, that means they paid a good pretty penny for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. It's because the Dead by Daylight is holding on to, and getting another sustainable style game like this is going to be important. Plus, the developers of 7 Days to Die have also came out recently with a asymmetrical strategy based.
Blood Moon, yeah, that they've already kind of let die.
Blood Moon. Is it dead?
Oh yeah. It definitely is. That one's one, like, they released it, I think it's one of those things where it didn't balance properly. It was one of those, if you didn't already know about the game, then you probably weren't going to find out about it. So it was kind of like under the radar anyway, and I think it just didn't sustain a player base.
There it is, 7 Days Blood Moon. Oh, very negative.
Yeah, it is. It's incredibly negative. People do
Abandoned
not like
because
it.
you refused to listen to nothing you did work. You had a whole era of testers. And you failed. Okay. Well,
and it's an early access.
Again, that leads me to believe that if Dead by Daylight comes in, they can come put their expertise into it and try to re-energize it. And then they can, because it's top comment, re-added to the main game as a separate game mode, like you did in the early alphas. So basically, take this out, put it into the main game, add it as game mode, sell more copies of your main game. Like, give another incentive for people to play and buy 7 Days. Because it's a good game mode. I like the idea. It's a good idea. And this also kind of helps reset reputation slightly. Because it's like, okay, now you're under somebody. Are they going to make you do better now? Or are they just going to kind of let you twiddle your thumbs and shit around some more? So... again, when things like this happen, we'll have to see.
Watching because I am part of the 7 Days subreddit, watching that Reddit as updates roll out or have been rolling out for the past year has been wild. Like, I don't even know if there's anything realistically they've liked out of the update stuff. Like, there's been, I think, one or two, yeah. I think there's been like a handful of things where they were like, yeah, this is great. But other than that, it seems largely like they're like, they made this game suck even more than it already did. We hate it, thanks. And it's like, oh no. I don't know. When's the last time we played it?
Last year. But I have enjoyed, from what I played and what they have changed, I have enjoyed the what they are doing with it. They are adding back environmental factors, and they are separating the biomes more strongly and adding things. They're making it a little bit more like Valheim, where every biome is more separate. Like, you have to have prerequisites. You have to be more ready for what's in those biomes. And the more that you explore those biomes, you get passives that make those biomes negatives become more passive to your character. So and I like that because when we were playing, we would just drive through biomes. It didn't really matter. You start off, you get a bike, and you could just go wherever you want without much fear.
Yeah.
You move faster than most. The zombies in the Fallout area wasn't a problem. The cold wasn't a problem. I mean, nothing was really a problem. So.
I mean, some of the environmental stuff was not the actual biome environmental, but like the different areas definitely had different difficulty curvatures to them. Because going to the wasteland, we were like, don't go there right now.
Were stronger, and also these goons had trouble with platforming too. But what else is new? Which is also crazy because you could build in this game too, which they would get stuck or something, and I'd just be like, "This is why I bring a stack of blocks," and I would just build a bridge. I'd be like, "I'm not jumping this. I build a bridge. Why not?" So, yeah.
So, I am curious as to how this is going to be handled now that it's swapped hands, though. And Dead by Daylight is one of those where it's like that game has constantly had people doing stuff. It's got so many packs now. They just, like, one of the people that I like to play in Dead by Daylight is the Trickster, and he's a K-pop dude, and they just did a whole music video for him, like, now, because they didn't give him anything when he came out. So I'm curious as to, because they're still pushing out content, as to whether or not they're going to, like, absorb or how they're going to handle the teams to be split between, or the resources, I guess, to see what kind of attention they pay to it. Or maybe they just absorbed it so they could take Blood Moon and be like, yeah, none of that. We don't want you to ever try to be a competitor to us. Get out of here.
Well,
with its one
I think
player.
It's more of they can support the team that's there. I mean, if you figure they've been there for 13 years and they've made, if you average the highest and the lowest amount that the game was sold for, we'll say exactly half bought $4.99 or $5.99, and the other one bought for $44.99. Then that's $10 million, $510 million. So $500 million they've made in 13 years, which is an average of about $40 million a year. So they've made about $40 million a year, and this is the game we've got. So maybe you go, we're going to restructure so we can do better, but you're already making enough money there. But at some point, it's going to have a finite amount, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they've spent their $510 million. I don't know.
And you see, now that they're part of Dead by Daylight's parent company, they could add crossovers into 7 days now.
Which is what's keeping Dead by Daylight alive.
Yeah, regarding this other game that I have become extremely invested in, Dead by Daylight's the only reason that it is still alive is because of the crossovers that it's been allowed to have in it. Otherwise, the game would have died years ago if it did not have all of these name brand villains and heroes and things like that. Because the gameplay loop is okay. I mean, it's not like the god tier game plan, but it's okay. But you get all of these different heroes and maps and pop culture monsters and things like this, and kind of keeps people coming back, keeps it fresh, things like that.
Fresh. So. It really is. I mean, like, it's a great strategy, and I think Dead by Daylight's 10 now. 10, yeah. This year they did their 10th anniversary, so
yeah, 10 years.
10 years of, hey, it's the same gameplay, but guess what? This week's flavor is I don't know, what's the new monster movie? That one.
They'll be celebrating. I think it's Scream. What is this year? June 14th was their birthday. Or is their birthday?
Ah, okay. Oh yeah. Join us on June 14th. Yep. So you can actually go to their 10th anniversary
Flag Day
party. I mean, I guess.
Yep.
But
well,
we'll see.
On that same vein as the Dead by Daylight, this other game that just showed off their multiplayer. It's the Halloween game.
Oh,
made September 8th. I've got it memorized because it's near your birthday, September 8th, sir.
It's locked in.
No, I'm getting it. I'm a sucker for Halloween. I know. But
You don't
Me and
say.
Griff had long conversations about how this game would work. First of all, it's made by the same developers who did Friday the 13th.
Watching the
All of us
gameplay,
here-
yeah, you can tell.
All of us here, Friday the 13th fans. I am so heartbroken that we can't play it anymore. I love that game.
Yep.
I'm heartbroken that the Halloween game cut down on the number of players so that we can't all play it as a big group.
Me too, but I like the gameplay that they set up.
What are they
It
doing?
feels
4v1 now?
Yeah, it's 5 players.
But hold on. Have you not watched the gameplay trailer?
No, not yet.
Okay. So, me and Griff were talking about how to make something like this work, and it would have to be somewhat of a complicated process where you have to have NPCs in it in order to fill in this void that it feels like it would need in a Halloween scene. Yes, there are NPCs. I think there's 15 NPCs. You're in like a suburb, and all the houses have NPCs in it that you have to kill. There are 3 main ones that you have to.
I mean,
that are
if
your
you're
focus targets.
Michael, you killed him, not just
If you're Michael.
not the innocent bystanders.
If you're Michael and you've got your typical Jason abilities, your little ghost shroud thing, your sense, you could turn off lights and whatnot around you. And you stalk around and things like that. But he can only teleport in the darkness. He cannot teleport in light. So you got to be more aware of what's around you. But your job is to stalk the NPCs and kill them when they're scared. Or find a way in, turn off their power, and kill them. Kill the main 3 ones. 3 that you need. And then escape. But on the other side, all the 4 players have to go around the neighborhood and try to convince the NPCs that they have to leave. And you do that by how well your communication skills are on your character and what has happened inside of the game so far. Like, if Michael hasn't killed anybody, they're like gonna look at you like you're crazy. But the more people that die, the more the police are swarming around, you can convince them easier, and then you have to lead them to escape or get them to hide. You can also save your NPCs too. You can have them follow you, and basically they help as like another flashlight. So you can do that. There are different characters. They offer different abilities. And there's mini games, and so basically, like in Friday the 13th, when you die, you're not dead. You come back as a sheriff or a deputy. Actually, you come back.
So
as
not
a deputy.
Tommy Jarvis, but
But if you do the radio, like in Friday the 13th, you come back as Dr. Loomis. And you can shoot Michael and try to track him. You can track him down better than the deputies and whatnot. And as people call the police, because you can convince NPCs to call the police and things like that, police will start wandering around the neighborhood and make it harder for Michael to move around. And you could become a police and wander the neighborhood as like a patrol. If enough people can find him and knock him down, you can arrest him. Game over for him. But if he can escape, you can't kill him either. And it doesn't suffer from the same woes that Jason did, because you could stun lock him, knock him down, dance on him, knock him down, dance on him. You knock down Michael too much, he teleports away. And then he can come back wherever he wants. And so he can kind of move on to the other side of the map. So it adds all of these different variables into the game. And apparently there is a single player mode too. You can just hunt the NPCs without having to do PvP, which is nice. Actual story mode.
I just want to practice being the bad guy because I'm always bad at it, and I like that I can go and practice now.
That's fair.
It's got a lot of interesting factors to it, and it seems like whenever we watch the Friday the 13th movies, Griff is always like, wow, they did such a good job on that, because all the characters, all the locations, like how
it looks
Jason
so good.
moves, it was so good. Like, they did such a great job taking the movies and putting them into a game. So I have high hopes that they're going to do the same thing with Halloween and put it into this one. And people are calling this a competitor to Dead by Daylight, because it's 4v1 style and it's players versus villain. But Halloween is not going to have the same kind of longitude as Dead by Daylight will, because you can't just put in all the hero or all the villains and whatnot and do a game like this, but you could do like certain ones in it if they got the rights to it. So
Yeah.
that's why they're taking that's why they're taking the shape out of Dead by Daylight. You can't buy it in Dead by Daylight anymore. It's going to be in its own game. So, but yes, they just showed that. I will get the video and I will post it into the podcast channel or the gaming channel if I haven't already.
You don't even know what channel you're talking about.
No, the gaming channel. The video is very good. It does a pretty good job of explaining and showing all of this stuff. So very much looking forward to it. September 8th. It is right around my birthday. And as I always say, people, if you're going to release a spooky game, release it before October.
So
September is the best time. You build it up. You make some fixes. If you got any patches or whatnot, you do it in the first couple of weeks. You get it ready. And then you do either a mini sale or you do a free weekend right into October and you slam those sales as best as you
Slam
can.
them.
And then, because, I mean, you got to kind of carry into November.
Smash that sell
December.
button. Isn't that what
And then, of course, as usual, do Christmas events. Just, make it snow or put lights and make it Christmassy and whatnot. Things like that. Kind of keep the theme so people are kind of interested. Your game generates more advertisements and things like that. So.
Not negative. Don't take this in a negative way, but I feel like theming for the holidays is a really low effort way to keep your player base invested.
Oh no!
It
is a
throw
very
a Christmas tree on a map,
effort.
and I'm like, "Yay! You got an update. Let's do it."
But it is. It keeps it themed, so when you're playing, you still feel like you're in holiday for it.
Yeah, I'm in the mood, in the holiday mood.
Like I said, I watched the video. It was super good. I was
I'm interested to see what it's gonna be like. So we'll check that out in September. Come September.
I am linking the video now.
Oh, the gameplay.
If Oak hasn't watched it, I definitely recommend watching it. You play Friday the 13th.
Yeah, watch
Almost every single comment on the bottom is like, "Oh, look, it's Friday the 13th too." It's like, yes, it is. It looks just like what we would expect out of a Ilphonic game. Looks good. I hope it plays well. I'm stoked for it. I'm very interested. Friday the 13th was incredibly fun. And Halloween is my favorite scary movie. So.
I mean, it's classic. So
exactly. I love watching all the different variations too. There's so many different timelines that you could just go from. So.
Wow. Do we want to talk about what we've been playing? I actually have no idea how much time we've been running because I started
2 hours.
We were
a little over 2 hours. Let's see, 2:05.
Yeah, I'm at 2:05 right now, and that's minus.
Well, good because I have 24 minutes. So.
Okay.
No, I mean it's because it cut the video into two places. It was not gonna just sit there.
Since I've already been yapping, I'm just gonna keep yapping, and then once I'm done, I'll be done. I've started Expedition 33.
Yay! Finally.
I was like, you know what? I need to sit down and I need to start this thing. All right, I'll go ahead and start this thing. Love at first sight, sound, and feel.
Yeah, and now he's like, when are you going to play it? Are you doing something right now? What are you doing now? And I'm like, give me a minute.
It is such a good narrative, too.
She doesn't like turn-based games, but whenever
I
games...
Yeah. But the being able to block when it's their turn changed my entire opinion of the combat. I love that combat.
Well,
if
I'm going to try it out. I promise.
Yeah. I because games things like this like to taunt me every so often when I was starting. I was like, I'll pick the harder difficulty. I feel like I'm a pretty decent gamer, so I picked the harder difficulty because you need to master the parries and the dodges, and I was like, I think I'm pretty good on that difficulty. I'm gonna be honest, the combat almost feels Dark Souls-esque. It's got Dark Souls vibes into it with the flags, the healing potions, the stints, the fucking blocking, the timing. It's so weird.
Your timing has to be so good. Normally, I couldn't imagine that.
My God, I have to learn when you can parry an attack versus you need to hold back and do the dodge instead. Dodge is more forgiving. Parrying is more damage style. Oh man, there's a couple of bosses that I just had to sit there and do over and again. If you fail a boss fight, it's like, would you like to retry the battle? Yes, and you start again. You can try again. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's so nice. The characters are incredible. I mean, I understand why this game.
How many hours you in, you think?
6, 7, maybe 8. I just got to the Sanctuary. I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay.
The Sanctuary. I can't explain how good it is. Like, it's just all around an incredible game. The music,
the art style is like, the minute you see the art style, you're like, oh my god, it's so good.
I'm not even like a huge music guy, but I am absolutely in love with the sound effects and the
that
music.
Soundtrack is insane. Insane.
Yes. Again, like I said, I'm not a huge music guy, but the music in that game is so good, and the transition into combat feels so fluid too. It'll either pick up tempo or swap very gently.
The music guy, I think, reached out to the director of the game or something. I can't remember exactly what the story was, but it was like a chance meeting, and this guy had never done anything else before, and he was like, I could do that for you. And all the music that he had presented was like electronica music, and the next thing you know is that soundtrack. And he's like, okay, we're good.
It's so good. I mean, I can't praise it enough. And like I said, I'm only like 7-8 hours in, but I love big story games like this, and I had high hopes for it, and it has met, if not exceeded them. Charlie Cox, incredible. And I literally just saw an article that he was thanking the people at that made it for giving him the opportunity to do that, because it has opened up more doors for him, and he's already working on another project.
I saw that same article. Yeah,
I was like, my boy is doing it. Not only is he Daredevil himself in an incredible way, he is such a figure in the blind community too. He's gotten awards for his portrayals. He is a voice actor that is becoming incredible too. Like,
and he's a nice dude.
And he's incredible. Like, he's just an all-around nice
I know.
dude.
I like Charlie Cox. Just knowing he was one of the leads in that almost sold me on it, but then the turn-based threw me off, and now Chicken's gonna...
You gotta try it. I think the turn-based is not gonna
I
kill
thought
it
she
for
would
you.
enjoy it, so I'm very interested to see if she ends up trying it, she enjoys it or not.
Yeah, 100%. I think you will be fine.
It's the storyline and the look of the art and everything else sold me immediately. The combat, I couldn't care less about once I got into the story and everything else. Like, it was just kind of like, okay, I'm moving on.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Gosh. Like I said, it's just so good, and I understand. And Jennifer English is an actor too. She is doing an incredible job, and I feel bad for not knowing the other actor name. I've only gotten 3 characters so far. I can't remember her name, but these guys did a great job. Period. I understand why it got the awards and why it was raved upon so hard. Good job. I'm not even done with it, and I am just digging it.
He's played like 7 hours, but raved to me like 25 hours. So
it's like a quarter of the way. Not even like, it's not very far in. 7 hours in.
Good, because it feels like I'm still just getting started. It feels like it's still at the very beginning. And like I said, the skill system is so complicated and convoluted, and I love it. There's so much depth to it too. Like, it's just crazy. The stats feel Dark Souls-esque, where you pick a sword and it's got the stats that buff it, make it even stronger, and you put your stats in different. Oh, okay. Anyway, if you like stories, Expedition 33. I can't say it any other way. There's a reason why it got as high reviewed as it did. So,
it's so good.
Preach it.
Okay.
And the other game I finished was Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I don't know if I've talked about it last time. I think I was just finishing up. Oh, I finished it up the day after we did the podcast. Incredible. It's a little short. I want Griff to play it so that it makes it a little bit more worth it. I want Kat to play it too. To kind of spread it out, make sure that everybody gets a chance.
Everybody gets the experience.
A chance to play it at the very least. But it is a little short. They're already working on DLC. There's a few things. at the end that need to be answered. So I can't say it out loud until you finish it, because one of them is like, it's a specific picture in the other, like after you beat the game, there's a specific picture that shows something that's not really mentioned in the game.
Look, if it's not somebody coming out of a volcano, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I know, right? I wish.
Spoilers! God, I can't believe it. You figured it out.
Oh no, no. But once you finish the game, we can talk about that, the picture part.
Okay.
But again, major props to God, what's her name? Grace. I was like, what's her name? Grace. Grace's actor. She's got to, like, there has to be some high bars this year for her to not win the Voice Actress of the Year at the Game Awards, because holy shit, her entire performance was unbelievable. She did such a good job. I mean, the only thing that I see people complaining about is how much she stuttered, but I understand that people who are anxious or have a speech impediment, that's just
how it is sometimes.
They're just part of their character. It's not like she's doing it on purpose. It's just part of the character. So, but yeah, that game was incredible. If you have to, waiting for it to go on sale is probably fine. Again, the story is a little short. It's got pretty good replayability, and they are going to be offering some good DLC here soon. They had one in the works. They're offering another one too.
Hashtag soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we'll get like Mercenaries or something. Then we'll see that. But yeah, incredible game. Great story. I can't wait to see more of it. And those are the two that I've been playing pretty regularly. I played a little Dead Island, and we played Resident Evil Resistance. Bought everybody Resident Evil 3 with card money off of Steam. Thank you, Steam, for letting me sell all my cards and buy games.
That's another one that
That's gambling. What are you talking about?
Opening card packs and selling them? Yeah, I know, right? Oh my god. I made Baka rage quit that game. So I'm sorry.
Look at his.
I'm not.
Look at this. He's like.
Okay. Look, when I get to play the Mastermind, I don't know what. Honestly, I don't know why you didn't see that coming from having played Dungeon Land.
Well, I tried
back
to
in the
put
day.
that out of my head.
I don't know what you expected, but when you're the Mastermind in the Resident Evil. What's the little after? Resistance. Yeah. So I don't even know how it works, but it basically puts up cards at the bottom of the thing, and you just pick which card you want to put down. You have so much energy, and I don't look at it. I just put down stuff until it tells me I can't. And then wait for it to say I can again. There's traps, and you can literally put them right next to somebody, and they show up when you put them down. It's not like the little survivor people are like, I never saw that. It's just, I chose not to acknowledge that. So it would be like,
comes up out of the ground,
explosive
like
trap,
red icon,
leg trap, dog over here, zombie over there, and Baka's like, trap. I hate Griff for doing this. It's like, you can shoot them if you would look for them. I made that man rage quit. He's like, I'm done with this. Like, sorry. I'm sorry.
That's another 1v5 multiplayer style game. One person's the mastermind, the other 4, but it's time based. You get 5 minutes, and every time you get hit, you lose a little time. Every time you kill something, you gain a little time. You turn in the objectives, you get a little time. The mastermind hits you, you lose a little time. So it's all about kind of balancing back and forth. The mastermind doesn't necessarily have to kill you. If he does, you lose 30 seconds, but he's just got to stop you. And then you go through stage 1, which is collect 3 parts and then turn them in. You go to the next one. The next part's find a security guard, kill it, get the key, unlock 3 terminals, go to the last one, destroy some biopods, and then escape. You get different upgrades, weapons, things like that, characters. You get credits for each round. You level up your characters, unlock their abilities, buy upgrades that you can equip your cards. Same thing with the mastermind. There's 5 masterminds. They all play differently. It's good stuff. I like it. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for years because I could not warrant $10 for everybody to play this game, because you have to buy Resident Evil 3, and then you get this with it. but it finally went on sale for like $3.99, which is $4.31 total.
After tax.
I had to sell so many cards that I had to equal out to exactly $4.31. But I was like, I'm doing it. 100% I'm doing it. So I sold a bunch of cards and I bought everybody a copy. One, they get Resident Evil 3. Great game. It's short. It's 100% worth $4. But we get Resistance with it, and I'm a super fan of that one. Finally get my friends to play with me. They have to play with me. I bought it for them.
I will play. I love it. Take this trap.
Good.
Watch out for that dog. Oh no, I'm the plant person.
I don't want to hear you rage if I decide to pick on you a game.
Well, that's fine. That's fair. I feel like that's fair. I mean, you did. You actually, in one of those games, you like, I felt very targeted, and I was like, well, this is fine. It's okay.
Actually, like most of the games, I kept accidentally targeting Red because he's the one who kept running in front of my damn cameras.
It is fun. I enjoyed it. Definitely worth the $3.
Like, oh my god, stop shooting me! And it's like, you're the only one standing in front where I can see.
Yeah. Some of my getting you, it's because of that too. It's like, I'm sorry, I just don't see anybody else. Sorry, you're it. But that's been fun. I have been dragging Baka through Saints Row, and we're almost done with the true ending of the game. And we'll probably do that at some point this week. And Baka's gonna be like, that's it? And I'm gonna be like, yep. And he's gonna be like, I hate you. And I'm gonna be like, I know, but it was worth it. So. Because I mean,
that's the new Saints Row game, by the way.
Yeah, the Saints Row reboot. Because to get the true ending, you have to farm $8 million essentially to put down a skyscraper, to get to the actual.
Know how I did that one?
Yeah, I know you passively farmed it. I mean, that's fine. There's passive income in the game for a reason.
Oak didn't know. Whatever. You know, you gotta fucking ruin it.
I'm sorry. I thought you were being snarky at me.
Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
No,
anyway.
she's already ruined it.
Make him listen.
I ruined everything today.
Make him listen.
Yeah, no, like you earn, like once you get so many businesses kind of going, and you get rid of like all the little icon things, or at least some of the icon things that are like preventing you from making as much profit as possible at each area that you put down, you earn just like a bunch of passive income. So I threw it up in the background and just kept every once in a while going through it. And it's like, cool, I've hit the max amount, boom, hit the button, there's like $3 million. Do it again, there's another $3 million. That's like, cool, I have the $8 million, we can do this.
Where you log in, ching, 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 ching.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, I had, was that all you had, Griff?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been doing other stuff, but it's mostly a lot of the same.
Gate and typical stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem, you do. I've been reading too, so I mean,
oh yeah, that's right. She just finished a great book series.
Yeah, it was a huge series. Keep going.
Literally huge.
That's what she said.
Last book's like that big. So I decided to upgrade my streaming computer, and when I say upgrade, I kept everything except the motherboard and the CPU. That's what I upgraded because I had, RAM is ridiculous right now, storage is ridiculous right now. So I was like, okay, let me upgrade this to where I can start streaming again. So been able to stream. I picked up playing Doom Dark Ages again because I had not done it on stream, but I also never finished that game and I want to finish it. So I wanted that to be kind of my one back. So I started on that, which I love how beautiful that game is. But the what's also funny too is I don't think old man's ever seen me play Doom. And he's like, is this on easy mode? And I was like, no, this is not on easy mode.
Is this on easy mode? Get out.
But it's like also Doom is one of those games that when you first start the game, as you progress through the game continually gets harder, and so it's like they're teaching you the basic skills at first. So if you've already kind of played through that part, what your basic skills are, you just go through the game. So I was doing some of that stuff, but and then last Sunday, we're going to do it again tonight. We started RV There Yet.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm so glad we played Peak because RV There Yet was like easy mode at first. starting on the game because I was like, okay, Peak has like so much harder than this game. And then we've got to, I think we're at the 8th stop or the 7th stop, I believe. And now it's progressively gotten harder to try to figure out what to do with this. And communication's key. It's great, but the amount of times we've almost killed this freaking RV because of stupid things. But my favorite part is the fact that if your wheels get stuck on something and the person's left the vehicle in park and you put the hook thing.
Yeah, the
like the
anchor.
tow hook.
The tow hook.
Yeah. So you put it on something and you the winch. That's the word I'm looking
there
for.
you go.
The winch.
Turn the winch on. If they have it in park and it's stuck up against on something, the wheels are stuck up on something, it will shoot like a rubber band. And so the freaking RV goes shooting across the screen and like hitting things and exploding. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so close. And so you're having to figure out how to pick up metal parts of scrap to repair this thing. Yeah, we nearly had it dead a few times, but it's been pretty fun. But it's a stick shift. And so you have to learn how to drive a stick through the game.
I'm out.
And here's one of my issues with it. That I was like, okay, y'all are dicks for doing this. So every other game, because you have automatics, right? You push W, you go forward.
Okay.
All right. You push S, you go backwards, and then your A and your D left and right, right? This one is you push W to go forward, then you put your vehicle in R, and you push W to go backwards.
I don't like it. I don't. That's confusing. I don't like that.
Yeah. So you have to figure that out. And it's like, oh my God. And then your brake becomes S always. Doesn't matter if you're going forward or backwards. S is always your brake. And I'm like, oh God.
Can I just invert my controls for reversing?
I don't know. So it was very, very interesting to try to play it that way. But I'm hoping we can complete there's 2 maps currently. Both of them have butt puns in them somewhere. But there's other puns as you go through the game, but it's interesting. Like it's just a really, really fun game so far to play. And you trying to do your management and stuff like you would with Peak, but you can throw shit inside the RV. If it's not inside of a cabinet somewhere, it will fly out of the RV very easily. Once you start losing parts. So, if you want to keep it, put it on a shelf. That's if you don't want to keep it or you don't have room for it, good luck. And you don't have a regular inventory. There's not like a backpack or anything like Peak. The RV is your backpack.
Okay.
So you can pick up an item, but you have to put down that item to pick up another item that's there. The exception is going to be the EpiPens, which the EpiPens are, that's how you heal people. Like if they're downed, you get them up, and scrap. And all of that, if one person picks up scrap, it goes to everybody.
Okay.
So because it's connected to the RV that way, so it just goes back into the giant backpack, if you will. So it's great if one of you is searching for scrap, you can go to another person, tell them to grab a hammer and start repairing the RV, so it's done real quick, so you can move on to the next section without everybody trying to do it. And sometimes you'll get to these garages that are part of your checkpoints, and they have welding machines that help you repair the undercarriage support system. So that part's neat, and you want to do that because that's the outside part of the RV is your shield, basically, and the rest of the RV, so your wheels, the engine, because you got to put oil in it, and then the actual infrastructure chassis of the vehicle,
right,
is your life.
My life.
So you can eliminate the entire outside and still survive, but if you blow up the other part of it, blows up, then you're gone.
Okay.
But it allows you to restart at checkpoints too, which is nice.
When you restart, does it give you does it fix your RV? Or you're like, blew everything up?
It's whatever it was when you hit the checkpoint.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Okay.
And you have everything, like all your EpiPens, all your scrap, everything that you had at that point.
It just resets.
Everything was on it when you hit.
Yeah,
and just restarts at that checkpoint. And those are usually the garages that it starts back at. So we're on a kind of difficult part now, so that's what we're going to shoot back to when we
I mean,
your thing. So
makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
yeah, but it's fun and it's spastic. Like because we always have friends that wander off.
What?
All of us have friends that
Yes,
wander off.
yes.
I don't know
yes,
anybody
yes,
like that
yes.
at all. Not in
This
our
is a
friends
game
groups.
perfect for them if they're good communicators because they sometimes need to run in front of the RV. They also need to watch out for bears and snakes, but they can run out in front of the RV and tell you where to go because if you're driving the RV, you can't really see too well if you're going up a hill and you need to turn left or right when you get down near the bottom. So you need somebody to kind of navigate and help you out that way. And then, but yeah, the bears, they will fuck your shit up in a heartbeat. So if somebody sees a bear, you either have bear spray or go running. Like
bear
just
spray.
hit the gas.
Let me get
No
the
matter
bear
what's
spray.
happening,
Hang
hit
on,
the
you
gas.
guys. That's funny.
And again, bear spray is one of the things that you can't carry anything else. So if you're just holding the bear spray, you're not able to pick anything.
Then you're
else
useless otherwise, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So kind of funny.
That's funny.
But
I'm interested.
that's
in that
what
game.
I've been doing.
I'm
Well,
big.
speaking of
interested.
Peak, I played that the other day, and I got my Lone Wolf badge.
Shut up. You're the only one there that's gonna be crazy enough to go do that.
Lone Wolf, and I beat it in almost under an hour. It was 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 51 seconds. I ran through that motherfucker. I gotta say, people could not have followed me.
No, I would not have.
I literally just went
forest,
cowabunga and launched myself off some of these ledges. It was just like, I hope I can grab it. I got no one behind me if I fall and die.
That's awesome though that you got Lone Wolf.
Yeah, it gives you wolf ears to beat it. And I also learned that if you use a Book of the Dead or Book of the Bones while you're a skeleton, it turns you back into human. Because luckily, I found one at the end of the first level, turned myself into a skeleton, threw all my stuff away, was not allowed to get poisoned or damaged by anything in the vine level, and then stayed a skeleton and went through the entire desert level without having to worry about heat or anything. So,
oh wow,
made it all the way up to the top. I found another Book of the Bones and turned myself back into human, going into the caldera and then the final level, which I think might have worked out better for me. But yeah, almost died. But if I could have made it in under an hour, that would have been pretty good. But like I said, I just cowabunged. There was a couple of jumps where I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to make this. Here we go. And I found multiple of the little rescue grabbers too. Let me tell you, those things are.
Because they're grapple hooks. Now that we know that.
Oh yeah, like I would just straight up be like, I need to go somewhere. All right, Batman, here we go, and I would just grapple and shoot myself.
My people need me.
Yeah, pretty much. Like those things have some range, and I would find one, and I would just start using it, or I found one in the box, and I used my chain launcher and grabbed it, and I had two, and I just shot myself straight up the volcano. I still have yet to get the participation badge, which means nobody has beaten this game with me dead yet while I have been in the game.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Oh no, nobody's gonna. Shut up.
I mean, I have to die. If I die, everybody dies. That's just how it goes, apparently. So far. I wonder who. I'm very curious who the first person to survive without me is gonna be.
Next time that I make it to the top with you, you can just jump off and die.
No, I have to die legitimately, and somebody has to truly survive without me. Like, you got to make it without my help.
You can't just go eat
just
before the end.
Well, your people need you. But yeah, I thought that
could
was
do the whole "This is Sparta."
But yeah, Nuggy was sitting with me watching me play that one. He's like, "You gonna play the climbing game?" And I was like, "Yes." I was like, "Okay." So he watched me play Pete.
We also learned that you can use the grabber to launch yourself higher. Like to go up.
Yeah, that's what
just
Chicken was
grabbing
talking
people.
about. Is
Okay.
Yeah,
My brain may have missed that part.
Yeah, I found multiples. I just started using them like crazy. I did fall one time because I thought I was on a safe ledge, and I looked at what Griff was doing, and I slipped off the ledge and took like 40-something damage. I was like, oh, this is the end of me. This is the end of me. But luckily, there were 3 medicinal roots, and I found a bandage, so I got cured all the way through. I was like, it's the end of the day. I got lucky. I got lucky.
Shut up.
By drops.
Shut up.
I think that would have been my best opportunity.
Well, I mean, even
to
the
get Dungeon
skeleton
Hour.
was lucky.
Oh yeah, 100%. Getting it before, because I climbed up like the roots with the thorns on them. I straight up climbed up those things and went way up. They make you bounce a little bit, but if you can like time your bounces perfectly, you can just climb straight up there. And I'd jump over to another one and then climb way up. There was no way I could have done that without the bones. So, yeah, I got very lucky. Very lucky. I should have did it again because I could have done under an hour.
Congrats.
But whatever. Yeah, now I made my character look goofy as hell and creepy. So.
Well, is there anything else that anybody's been playing?
No, that's.
Well, I've been playing the crap out of Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes. I could fiending for it.
Yeah. Pretty good if you can catch it on sale for like the $20 it was on sale. Okay, Griff will know this a lot more probably than, well, you know, y'all will probably know it too, but okay, you know how like when you summon your horse or whatever in Red Dead, or like when you summon any animal or whatever for your ride to get around the world, and like, you know, you can run up to it and get on the damn thing while it's still walking towards you. For whatever weird ass reason, the speeder bike that you summon to you will not seem to let me on, and it will not stop until it reaches that spot where you initially hit the button.
It's like, I have a destination. You can bother me when I get to the destination. Until then, I'm off the clock.
Yeah, and it's just like, and it's something really weird with it. I don't know why.
That is weird. It's kind of funny, though.
Yeah.
Your speeder bike giving you sass.
So how do you like the open world aspect to it?
I mean... Well, I mean, I've only been on a couple of the planets. Tatooine is really kind of neat because, I mean, I went to go see Lara's homestead where Luke's aunt and uncle were killed. That's a nice little Easter egg in there. There is no Obi-Wan's home. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I had to grind up rep to legitimately enter in Jabba's palace to be... Yeah, because otherwise the little thing at the door just basically tells you to fuck off. But it's got a lot of cool Easter eggs and stuff like that in there. The open world aspect of it, I mean, you kind of need the speeder to get around, at least on Tatooine and your original starting planet. I just got to one of the other ones, and I haven't gone around. Like, I'm basically in a city so far. I haven't seen anywhere where I actually leave that city. But a lot of the like little side quests and things you can get for extra rep and money, some of them seem a little bit repetitive already, like the same style at least. I mean, I know there's going to be limitations. I know I remember one of the big things when they showed it off was like, you know, oh, you can sit and like find, you know, random conversations to sit and listen in, and you kind of can, yeah. So, but it feels it doesn't feel like organic a lot of the times with it. Sometimes it just kind of feels like, okay, this is kind of being forced on me now.
Interesting.
How's the combat feel?
I mean, it's your typical like third person.
Is it generic combat? I wouldn't expect anything super
I mean, you
special.
get some neat things, like, I mean, if you can utilize the little Nyx creature thing or whatever that's with you. You can use him, like, I've been doing a lot of stealthing because you can use him for distractions and, you know, to get around, like, if someone is patrolling or looking in a particular direction and they won't go the fuck away or turn around, you can use your little pet to go and actually distract them, and then either you can go and knock them out, or you can just keep slipping on by if you don't want to, like, knock someone out and leave a body there for someone else to patrol around.
Okay.
So I like the stealth aspect of it. It feels a lot better than like some of the Assassin's Creed games have in years. Go figure.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What happens when you take
if
years
you look
to
around
build a game instead of just, you know, a year?
Because I mean, like when you go around with the open world, like you have options of how you want to do things. Like I try to take a stealthy approach as much as possible throughout the game, but there's obviously the thing of like, well, I mean, you're not very good at stealth. You can just go in there and blast, and I think I've only run across like a couple of times where they're like, no, you have to do the stealth. Like one of them was basically forced because it was part of the story, and they want you to like learn the mechanics and learn what you can all do. Like you can send your pet to like sabotage things to like give you cover or explode or cause distractions, or to like open a vent so you can quickly go through and start going through the vents. Basically like utilizing that little creature a lot is very much a necessity for things like that.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, combat is like your standard shooter. You get, your eventual different style little blaster shots. Like one of them is better for taking out droids. One of them is standard. The other one is like a charge shot you can use for some puzzle solving and for, taking out some of the bigger guys. The one that takes out the droids also takes out shields. So if you're dealing with stormtroopers that want to be little a-holes and have like a shield thing up, you can just blast through, stun them, and then switch and take them out.
Okay.
And it all works really well. But yeah, I mean, it's still one of those like you are going to end up having to like do some side mission grinding and stuff if you want to earn things. Definitely don't skip on upgrading your ships. Like, because there are like force space combat things, and you kind of want to have good shields and weapons to be able to defend yourself. I got an auto turret that I can activate every once in a while that goes on cooldown. Then if I've got like a bunch of them on me, I can just let the auto turret just hit and do as much damage as possible while I'm dog chasing another one.
Okay,
Right.
so a game definitely worth $20.
Cool.
For $20, yes.
I was looking at $70. I don't know. It looks generic but fun for 70.
Yeah, like if you can pick it up for like $20, yeah, it's worth the $20. You'll get your gameplay out of it that way easily. Other than that, it's just going to be kind of a thing of like, I mean, $70. It's not going to be worth that price of everything that I've played so far. The story is not that good for it to be $70. It's very generic story.
Got it.
We good?
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got my piece.
Yeah.
Well, very long show.
Hey, once a month,
Man,
I guess. It is what it
we've
is.
been going
If
since
you've
2
made
o'clock.
it this far, you've done better than we have in some ways.
6-hour show. 6-hour show.
Did better than Griff and Chicken's internet.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate everybody that hangs out with us. Make sure that you hit that sub button as well as that little bell down at the bottom notification so you know when one of these goes live. We'll see you next month for Infinite Respawn. I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Bucket.
Bye.
See ya.
Please hang up and try again.